We've been playing them. Oh, I'd say since 1940, somewhere in there, maybe even before that.
Might have been even before that. Yeah. Um,
Yeah,
I can't speak to that because I wasn't around. Even though there are people who think I was, I'm that old.
yeah.
But
It's
no,
it's rivalries like this in Titusville and well, I can't think of anybody else.
Corey and Oil
Corey, Oil
City, and
City.
yeah,
Yeah, those are rivalries that go way back into the annals of Warren history.
and it's always sweet if you can beat one of those rivalry teams that you
Agreed.
face.
Yep.
And Warren's been on a long skid, so to speak. What is it, 22 or 23 in a row? We've gone without a win. We need that W tonight,
Yeah, we do.
and I think the kids are starting to get this system a little bit more. And I'm excited. I think some good things are going to happen tonight here. Well, I think one thing we cannot do is let them get ahead of us early. That's happened the past two games. I mean, real early within the first few minutes of the ball game.
Yep. I was up at practice on Wednesday, and it was upbeat. There was a lot of good mojo going on, a little good chatter. Like you said, these kids are ready to play. They're ready to win. They're ready to just move ahead of this black cloud, so to speak, and just start playing their brand of football, whatever that may be.
Yeah, and you heard Coach Baum. He's all excited, and that's contagious.
Right.
When he was talking about it, you could tell he was really looking forward to this. And that's just it. If you've lost for so long, you forget what it's like to win a game. And as soon as they get that first W, I think you're going to see a big change in how they approach everything.
Yeah, it should be a good night for football tonight, TJ. 74 degrees, less than 15% chance of rain, so very cool. Dropping down into the upper 50s. Should be a nice night for football.
That breeze coming into the press box feels pretty nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be windy and great weather for football, especially if you're playing it. If you have a nice breeze, then you're not going to feel so tired out. So the Dragons sending out their captains for the coin toss. Tommaso Clemente is 17. Number 50 is Jacob Rederer. Try to identify the other two guys as soon as they move.
Lily's out there.
Hayden Lilly.
Yep.
And I think Brady Sheen is out there as well. So those,
Good to
those
have
are our
him. Good to have
captains.
him back in the lineup this week.
Yeah,
Parker did a nice job filling in for him, but experience is the best teacher, so that's what Parker needs is experience. And Sheen, we'll see what he can do tonight.
yeah, I think that was good for Parker to get out there and run a few plays, and he was really cool and collected. I thought for his first start, and he didn't panic back there and made some nice plays, threw some nice balls. And I think it's going to help the team to know that they've got a guy that can step in if Brady goes down and can do it.
Yep, I have a feeling tonight, TJ, one of my predictions will come true that I predicted, and I think it's going to be the Tommaso Clemente taking one back to the house.
I'd be okay
on
with
a
that tonight.
kickoff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we're going to find out here. And
Warren won the toss.
And
the Dragons, Nick, you said it before.
Warren won the toss and elected to defer.
Warren will receive it in the second half.
And then Warren will kick away from the scoreboard, as you like to do.
Yeah, nice facility here in Franklin. They have a turf field, a beautiful track, and surrounding woods. It's a nice venue.
We were discussing names for the field and came up with a jousting field. And
Yeah, the Knights and
the
Dragons theme here
Yeah,
tonight, by the
yep.
way.
Says the teller of the tale, the spinner of the yarns.
Never had a lofty title like that before.
Yeah. Hey, everybody's got a name tonight. We'll tell you as we go who we are.
Predictor of the future.
Predictor of the future, the interpreter of the rules, and the keeper of the
Ladies and gentlemen, give a round
stats.
of applause to all the players out there on the field. No matter what team
And
you
so-
play for. Come on, cheer 'em on. You got your favorites.
We await the Dragons to come out on the field and
Everyone wants to win.
line it
It's
up.
also important for good sportsmanship and enjoy the game.
And Charlie
Cheer on
Blum
your
will put
favorites.
the ball
Do it
on the
right way.
tee.
We'll see some good play.
Again, he is a green shoe. And I think he's the player that's got that.
Unlike basketball, when there's like have the green shoe.
Oh, they've got all kinds of, yeah, there's not a lot of variation at least that I've seen with the Dragon football team in terms of footwear. I remember when we were in high school, we all had just basic black shoes. That was it.
Converse, or
Except for Dan Pace, he wore white shoes. He was the only guy that did that.
so did Billy Johnson.
Billy White Shoes Johnson, yeah, one of the best kick and punt returners in history. All right, Charlie's got the ball teed up. We're underway here in Franklin, Pennsylvania, as the rivalry between the Knights and the Dragons is underway once again. And this is going to be caught at the 5-yard line. That is Wilmoth, Jaden Wilmoth, bringing it out past the 30 and dragged down there by number 6 of the Dragons, and that is Nichols. Scott Nichols in on the tackle.
So now we see their feature back in Caden Mincer. He's kind of a power back. He's got some finesse, but he's more power. And they lost their starting quarterback from last year. They lost their starting wideout from last year. So Mincer's their lone returner in the backfield.
He's a fairly big guy, 6'1",
featured.
205. And he looks to be one of the taller players on that whole offense, right from here anyway. As the Knights wait for the AOK from the official, and they're going to run play number 1 under center, which you don't see a lot of anymore. Dragons showing blitz, and they're going to run off tackle, and Mincer is out to the 50 and in Dragon territory, finally brought down by Aiden Egger at the 45-yard line. So it's a 1st and 10 for the Knights off one play.
That was a nice play. Franklin pulled the left guard, and immediately at the snap, he went and was a lead blocker and allowed Mincer to get out to the edge.
Yeah, it was well executed, and I think they took advantage of the Dragons' eagerness to get in there and nail somebody in the backfield. We overran the play. So it's a 1st and 10 for the Knights in Dragon territory. And they split one receiver to the left, 2 to the right, hand the ball off. Mincer gets it again. He might have gotten about a yard and a half. That's it. Good job by the interior of the Dragon line. And on the stop was number 70, Hayden Lilly.
That's what the Dragons thought they were going to do the first time.
Yes. Just a basic up-the-middle play.
Yep.
And the Knights will go under center once again this time. And they hand to the deep back Mincer. He is wrapped up by 3 Dragons there. Leading the charge for Warren is number 30, and that is Colby Zinger. As no gain on the play, it's going to be 3rd down and about 9. Make it 8, sorry.
An early big play here for the Dragon defense.
And as far as I remember, Franklin doesn't throw the ball a whole lot. They like to keep it on the ground, so I would expect maybe Mincer up the middle again. And just as I say that, I'm wrong, as they're going to roll out the QB, and he's going to get sacked for a loss of 2 yards. Nice job there.
Is that Eddie Maddox? Is he the QB tonight?
Number 4? No.
No?
It's 3. Maddox, yes, you are correct. And that was a nice job by the Dragon defense. It's 4th down punting situation, 4th and 10.
So that's a kind of a moral victory for the Dragons. Stop them on the opening drive. So
absolutely.
put that feather in their hat.
I believe it was Raphael that put the clamp down on him. And this punt is going to be high, and the Dragons will field it at the 9-yard line, and there seems to be a brief alley, and it closed up in a hurry. Egger was tripped up. He might have been on his way if he could have just broken that, but the Dragons will start 1st and 10 on their own 20.
Yeah, that was a big alley looking from up here, and like you said, TJ, the water's just kind of converged and closed, and up here we're like, oh, he's got a big, no, he doesn't.
And that was a really nice punt, too. There was a lot of hang time on that.
Yeah.
Allowed the Gunners for Franklin to get downfield.
Yeah, if you can hang a ball up, it does wonders for your punt team, and they did that right there. That return was about 9 yards max. It's 1st and 10. And we'll see what the Dragons come up with offensively. They ran the ball well early in the game last week, and they're going to line up in the power I, and Brady Sheen is under center. Franklin has 7 guys in the box right there, and Sheen drops back off the fake, throws a short pass, a screen to Charlie Blum, and he's just going to get dumped. There was nowhere for him to go. Number 75 of Franklin made a great play. That was Kaselka, Caden Kaselka.
He ran the wrong way.
Yeah, he did.
he didn't have much room if he tried to run back the other way.
But still,
He
you
should
gotta
have
make
just
headway.
he should have just been willing to run into the defenders because a no gain's better than a loss.
Aiden Egger off tackle gets a couple of yards, but it's going to be 3rd and long.
And going back to that screenplay too, that was a dangerous pass too. There was a Franklin defender that had his paws up, and he was lucky he got by him.
I know, he threw it into a crowd there, and we were fortunate, but we got to try to convert this 3rd and long here. They spot the ball at the 19, just past the 19-yard line, so let's call it 3rd and 11. And the Dragons break the huddle. Again, power I. And they split Clemente to the far side of the field. Sheen barks signals, and he's going to roll to his right, and he's feeling some heat. Gets out of the trouble, lets it fly down the sideline. He's got Blum. It's good. And he is brought down at the 47.
That's coming back. Colby Zinger had a hold all over one of the defenders.
Good eye, Nick. Thanks. I was all excited. And now they're going to march it backward. Too bad for the Dragons. That was a nice ad lib by the quarterback Sheen and the wide receiver Blum.
Yeah, and that's one of those holds that you probably don't need to do, but it was at the point of attack, so it's going to be half the distance to the goal from the 19s. It'll be at the 9.5, roughly.
All right, and we're going to need
9.
to get to the 30. That's quite a distance.
Half the distance. Yeah.
Place the ball on the 11-yard line.
No score yet here in Franklin. Dragons first possession, first possession of the night. Franklin was forced to punt, and Warren trying to avoid that right now as Shane is going to be flushed out of the pocket. He's going to keep it 20, 25 out of bounds. We did not get the first down, so it sets up a punting situation for the Dragons.
That was a nasty block there by they're on the edge.
Did Harkins, you mean?
No, it was a Charlie Blum, actually.
Oh, Blum?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had to be careful. That was close to an illegal blindside block. He got him just in front, but
Yeah, right in front of the referee too.
And Charlie Blum will go back in punt formation, and he will stand at his own 10.
Will be punting for Warren.
Oh, we'll move up a little bit.
Give them credit for getting it back to at least 4th and 5. They were down in the teens for a few minutes there.
Oh, there was movement in the Franklin line. Did he encroach and touch somebody?
He entered the neutral zone. That should have been blown dead.
Well, they let it go. It's end over end. Oh, the punt sails over the Franklin receivers off the bounce, and the Dragons touch this. They may have the ball. Well, they say no, it did not touch the Franklin receivers.
That number 8's lucky.
He was ready to grab it.
He was number 6. Excuse me.
Ball at the 48.
Yeah, that's Josiah Rodriguez.
Of course, Nick, if he would have grabbed it, he had open field in front of him.
Yeah. Well, he also has the risk of it going off of his fingertips and
Right.
Warren getting a muff punt.
Right.
First and 10.
But you say that play should have been called.
It looked like he entered the neutral zone. It doesn't matter in high school. You enter the neutral zone, it's dead.
He was clearly in there.
He looked like it. And then he did it again.
They did it again, yeah. All right, 1st and 10 for the Knights here at the Dragon 48. And no score here in the early going in Franklin. Yes, the Knights wearing their black with red trim. Pitch out the ball. Mintzer's going to run to his left. Gets up the sideline and is knocked out of bounds. I would say probably around the 40, but let's see for sure here.
Yeah, Bloom pushed him out of bounds. Far side of the field. Ball at the 42-yard line.
It's at the 42. 2nd down, 4. Knights come out of the huddle, and they are in the power I. So both teams using the power I formation tonight. There's a fumble.
Fumble on the exchange.
And the QB, Maddox, lost the ball and fell on it wisely. Otherwise, Warren would have had the football right there. In on the play for the Dragons is number 55, Wyatt Stearns.
Franklin recovers the ball.
And he and Lilly, two of the bigger offensive and defensive linemen that we're going to see all year. Both of them 6'1", about 220 or 325. Hard to move, and it is now 3rd down and 6 for Franklin. Minter is the lone back. He's going to get the carry, and he is going to get dragged down. Did they stop him?
He's short.
Okay, forward progress was limited to about the 38-yard line there, and the whole left side of the Dragon line converged on him. And along them was 5 Carter Campbell coming up.
I was going to say that was a good job by the Dragons, because if he got down to about the 40, they probably are going for it. But keeping it about the 42 forces Franklin into a punting situation. You can play field position today.
Another high punt. That's a beauty.
Good.
It's going to land. Oh, the Dragons are going to field that one at the 10-yard line. And Clemente is still on his feet, finally dragged down. And all that gets him about 5 yards on the return.
They're going to start at the 20 again.
Yep.
You know, Dave, you might be right. He looked like he was about ready to break free there, and he might have been off to the races. 1st and 10, Warren. Ball at the 20. And neither team able to sustain a drive yet tonight. We have 6:17 to go in the first period. With Dave Engstrom, John Robbins, and Nick Hoffman, Tim Giuliano on hand here in Franklin, PA, Game 3 of the 2025 season. Power I for the Dragons, and they go to the deep back, and this is just a basic off-tackle play. Still on his feet, he was knocked down. I think he hit the ground first, though.
No, that ball was out.
Hager. Oh, it was out before he hit?
Yeah, and it's Franklin's ball.
And Franklin recovers, and we talked about we don't want to let him get ahead early. This is a gift to them. And Hager was unable to hold on to the football. I thought maybe he hit the ground before the ball popped out. But that obviously is not the case, as the officials were right there. And it's going to be Franklin ball 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line of the Dragons.
That's a big mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't
I
lose
agree.
it at that particular spot. It's not good to lose it anywhere, but that's really bad. They go up the middle with Minter. He's going to get about 2 yards and brought down by Hager, who's probably really upset with himself after he lost the ball last play.
Yeah, that's what Corbett had trouble with last week, was he fumbled twice, and he fumbled twice the week before. Yeah.
And those turnovers last week.
Yeah, they got practice holding on to that ball.
Well, and Corbett actually had 3 fumbles. Luckily, they were able to fall on the one.
They fell on the one, right.
So 2nd down and long. And hold everything here.
Timeout, Franklin.
All right. No score here at Franklin with 5:32 left in the first period. We'll step aside for a moment.
This game is being live streamed on 92 Gold's Facebook page, courtesy of the Rouse Estate, Warren County's leader in caring for generations, specializing in skilled nursing and rehabilitation, personal care, home-based services, and children's daycare. Contact us today at 814-563-7565 or online at www.rouse.org. We want to thank our sponsors like Superior Tire and Rubber to help bring you Warren football. Superior Tire and Rubber is hiring at almost all manufacturing positions and skill levels, offering the best benefits for employment in the area with starting wages far above other employers. Open interviews held every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or visit www.superiortire.com/careers. Start your new career with Superior Tire today.
Okay, the Dragons and the Knights doing battle here in Franklin. It is 0-0.
Some things coming up this week in athletics for Warren. JV play Franklin at 6 p.m. at Warren Memorial Field on Monday. Also on Monday, boys soccer will take on Oil City at 6:30. I'll give you the rest of these as we go, but that's kind of an update of what's going to happen with the athletics this week.
Okay, pitch back to Mincer, and he runs to his right, meets a wall of white shirts. Egger leading the charge there. Also in on the tackle for the Dragons was Winship.
Bleach. 3rd down and 10.
And there was no gain on the play. He might have lost a little bit that particular carry. So this is 4-down territory, no doubt, for the Knights. They're going to send 2 receivers out to the far side. Wilmoth and I believe Stevens, and this is a rollout to the left. Blackhurst is looking to throw it, but he's not going to get the pass off. He throws it out of bounds, and giving chase was Colby Zinger, I do believe.
There's a flag on the field.
There's a hole.
Blackhurst threw the ball out of bounds.
Now you got a decision to make though if you're Warren,
Another
and there's
flag.
another
Yes, another flag.
and another flag came in for intentional grounding. So Warren will decline the holding penalty, and they will obviously take the intentional grounding. 5 yards from the spot of the foul too, loss of down. It's a big penalty.
That helps us out a lot.
That puts Franklin in two.
Against Franklin. That is declined. The second flag.
Oh,
is
illegal forward pass. But no,
That is a loss of down.
Is there a difference between that and intentional grounding?
yeah, intentional grounding is.
10-yard penalty. Yep.
Must be
I
very
think
subtle.
I think he gave the wrong signal. That was intentional grounding.
Yeah, because he deliberately threw it. I mean, you could see that.
So it's from the spot.
I believe
It's
that penalty is from the spot of the foul.
5 yards from the
Fourth down
spot.
for Franklin. They'll be pushed
So it's going to put the ball on the 41-yard line of the Dragons.
That's a big break for the Dragons because Franklin's obviously going for it on 4th down. Now they have to punt.
Yeah, that took him right out of range.
See, this is one thing we missed last week with not having Nick in the booth is explaining penalties to us. And
High kick. And it's going to put the Dragons in a hole.
That's a beautiful punt.
Richards
Yeah.
with the kick, and it bounces in favor
That's
of
Mincer. He can do it
Oh.
all.
And it is down by Ryder.
Hey,
What a good
we
punter.
got a couple scores coming in. Corey and Fort LaBeouf 7-7. Lucas Baker to Blake Cook for a 76-yard touchdown pass. So far, that's pretty much all I got. I don't know why. Oh, Grove City leads Titusville 7-0. We'll see Titusville in what, 2 weeks? Yep.
Yeah, and by the way, those of you who might have tuned in to the pregame show with Dave Engstrom and Coach Baum, the next game we have on the air and the next game we have, period, is going to be Thursday night at Memorial Field against Cathedral Prep. So please keep that in mind.
Where's that at, TJ?
The ball yard.
At the Ball Yard of War Memorial Field, as God intended.
That's right. A draw up the middle, and the Dragons are going to get positive yardage out of that. I thought it was going to get stuffed, but a great job by Corbett to use his strength and power and drag a couple of tacklers with him. That's a gain of about 3.5.
A big goal for this drive. You want points on every drive, but a big goal for this drive: get a couple first downs,
Yep.
flip the field position,
I
because your defense can only go so long with that short field. You got
Absolutely.
to give them some more breathing room.
And so Warren lines everybody up tight. They hand the ball off up the middle, and this is Colby Zinger, and he is brought down immediately. He didn't get much, if anything. That was a good job in there by number 24, Evan Steigerwald, to make the stop.
Like you said, Nick, it's 3rd and 5. It's still makeable. You just got to have the right play dialed up and the right execution.
Yeah,
It's not like it's 3rd and 20. or
this is a
something like that.
manageable 3rd down. It's just this is a first down they have to get.
Clemente and Orth are split wide, and it's going to be a rollout pass from Sheen, and he's got Blum. That's enough for a first down and then some, and Blum out to the 25-yard line. Boy, that play looked perfect from here.
Positive yards.
That was a really nice play for starting with the blocking up front and then giving an extra block to give Sheen just a little extra time, finding Blum wide open out. Good job to move the sticks here. Even if the Dragons, that's what you need to do. Get out of your own end zone first
Yep,
of all.
I agree.
Yep, and Coach Baum was talking about confidence, and that play will help instill some of that. Power I formation, Dragons with a 1st and 10, and the ball at their own 26-yard line. And they are in the power I. Handoff goes to the deep back, and we're going to get a lot of yards out of that, maybe 7 or 8, as it's Corbett again, Aiden Corbett with a nice carry.
That was a well-designed play too, and that's what being able to pass the ball effectively can do for you. Franklin was thinking that was going to be a pass again,
Yep.
and Sheen did a nice job. He made it look like he kept that ball. He just handed it off 8 yards for the Dragons.
Opens up the run.
Yep, they spread that defense out a little bit, and that's exactly what it does. And 2nd down and 2. And Warren using pretty much exclusively power I formation so far tonight. This time they're going to give again to the deep back, and a nice effort there. That's close to a first
He's
down.
got
I
the
believe
first-
it's
he's-
number 3 Corbett.
He has the first down, and he was dead to rights about a yard in the backfield. That was a strong run there to not only get past the line of scrimmage, but get past the line to gain as well.
They were trying to foot tackle him, and he kept trying to keep his balance. Finally, he just dove forward. Good football instinct right there.
Tremendous balance on that play. He's not a big guy, but he's very quick and he's very powerful. As both he and Egger are sort of cut from the same mold there. And the Dragons out of the eye again. This time Corbett gets it and off tackle. No. Oh, the ball pops out. The Dragons recovered it though. Boy, that could have been deadly right there. Redder, I think. No. Harkins got it.
Would they have called him down, Nick, or would that have
No,
been a
that ball
foul?
was out.
Okay.
That's another thing. The Dragons have a couple backs that can get them yards. The issue is you cannot fumble the football.
We've had some good plays tonight. What the thing is we got to do is start getting consistent and mount a drive. It is now 2nd down and 10, and in the pistol formation is the quarterback Sheen,
This is an illegal formation.
and you're gonna. Well,
And
you
Warren
called it.
Warren called a timeout because there were the 4 guys there was the quarterback and the 3 backs, and plus the receiver at the far side of the field was in the backfield.
Okay, we'll take a break right now and be back in a
A
moment.
special thank you to our sponsors like Mattress and More to bring you Warren Football. Stop in for truckload savings on our biggest selection of mattresses and recliners ever. Mattress and More, where every season is recliner season. Located in Warren, PA.
I'm Brady Sheen, quarterback for the Dragons football team. Now more gridiron action on 92 Gold WRRN.
And we're back here. 1:11 to go in the first quarter. The Dragons and Knights are scoreless so far. It's been an interesting chess game to see what they're going to do. I like what we're seeing from the Dragons, though. They've had some really nice plays. If they can just string enough of those together and play consistent ball, I think we're going to get in the end zone sooner or later.
Yep. Here's some things else going on this week. Next week, girls soccer on Tuesday at Seneca at 6 o'clock. Girls volleyball will be home against General McLean. On Wednesday, boys soccer is home against Erie High. And on Thursday, like you said, TJ, we are home against 5-time state champion Cathedral Prep Ramblers. And come on down, support your team for that.
What you ought to do is go see the Ramblers play lacrosse,
Yeah, yeah.
coached by none other than John Robbins.
Heckle their coach.
All right, we're ready to get back to action here. We've only got 1:11 left in the first quarter, and nobody has scored. And the Dragons have the ball right now.
I don't know any lacrosse lingo, or I'd throw some out there. So maybe next.
We'll work on that.
Goal.
And
Goal.
Sheen's going to drop back, looks downfield, lets it go. He's got a receiver open, and oh my goodness, Orth just missed it. It was not a bad throw. Orth kind of got turned a little bit, and he wasn't able to haul it in. But that's a good play call, and I like the fact that they did that right there.
Yeah, he had a step. I don't know if he potentially lost it up in the lights or if he just didn't get himself positioned well enough. That ball is catchable.
And from Sheen, that was a very good throw.
It was just
nice, tight pass, and
It was just that little hitch in the route by Orth is what threw it off.
Yeah, I agree with you. He may have lost it in the lights, but he also had his body a little bit tilted, and it was from an awkward position. He tried to catch it, and he wasn't going to make it that way. So the Dragons, though, I like the play call. It keeps Franklin honest, and the Dragons are facing a 3rd and 10 here. And Sheen is going to roll out to his right. He stops, looks downfield, nobody open, keeps going, lets it go, and oh my goodness, the pass was there. That was Orth again, and he couldn't hold on to it, or he would have had a first down at the 46.
That pass was a little in front of him. I mean, Sheen was starting to run out of time, or Sheen tried to lead him a little too much, but Sheen also was under some pressure. Still, overall, I think that was an okay drive there for the Dragons. They got a couple first downs, moved the sticks. They're getting up over past the 35. This can hopefully help them flip the field with a good punt here.
good punt and a good containment. Good coverage also.
All right, so here's Blum Waiting the snap. And Charlie, low line drive, and that's going to be fielded at the 28-yard line. And oh my gosh, they got a nice return out of that. Well, the receiver there was number 2. That's Jaden Wilmoth, and he showed some speed as he brings it into Dragon territory.
One thing I have to say about that, the one Warren player saw him coming around the end and just kind of stopped and waited for him instead of actively pursuing him. He kind of waited for him and he got deked, and kid ran right by him. You actively pursue that guy, you might get him back, get him where you're supposed to.
Excellent observation, Mr. Angstrom.
Thank you.
Coach Angstrom.
First and 10, Franklin.
All right, it's 1st and 10 Franklin here, and Mincer is the lone setback. Everybody else is on the line of scrimmage. And
That's a
they
false
didn't
start.
see him in sync right there, and there's no flag. They throw a screen, and it's going to get a first down and a little bit more than that. And that was Wilmoth catching the ball, and I agree with you, Nick. I think somebody...
That's one of those false start on everyone but the center, which means it's on the center.
Yeah, because he's the only one that didn't know the snap count. They got away with one there. It's a 1st and 10 at the Dragon 35.
So how do you not see that down there, Nick?
Unless we're being this far up here. I mean, maybe the ball did move, or maybe it was just kind of stuck, but it looked like a false start to me.
So the Knights will operate with one setback again. Mincer gets the handoff, goes off tackle, and the Dragons are there to meet him after a gain of about 2 yards. Aiden Nager on the tackle for Warren.
Tell you what, he is their workhorse. He's going to get most of the touches tonight.
Oh, yeah. Noah Bleach also went on that stop. Noah's a hard-nosed ball player, too. He likes to stick it in there and hit hard.
Say Franklin can run this down to the end of the quarter, and it looks like that's what they're going to do.
Wind's blowing in all kinds of directions tonight. I don't know if there's definitely an advantage, but that is the end of the first quarter, and we have no score here in Franklin.
Special thank you to our sponsors like Rary's Auto to bring you Warren football. Need your car door unlocked, your vehicle hauled to your favorite garage, any roadside assistance, or wrecked your vehicle? Call Rary's. 814-723-6489. We will get you going. Go Dragons! We'd like to thank our sponsors like A&B Heating to bring you Warren Football. A&B Heating, serving your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs since 1953.
All right, A&B Heating, they saved me one time when I had no furnace in the middle of winter, so they're very reliable. Okay, Dave, what do you got?
Well, I got some scores coming in. In the first, it's McDowell 6, Chardon, Ohio 3. Northeast 7, Harbor Creek nothing. Sharon leading Slippery Rock 7-0. Cochranton 6, Maplewood nothing. Grove City 14, Titusville nothing. And Corey is losing to Fort Laboff 14-7.
Okay, and we'll try to keep you updated on all the scores from around northwestern Pennsylvania. Right now, we start the second quarter, and Nicky made a point that Franklin is inching more and more toward getting the first score of the ball game. We got to do something about that.
Yeah, the Dragons there on that last drive, they had a solid drive there, getting a shot, but return from right back where they've been. And Franklin broke a nice run the first play.
We need a turnover. Mincer gets a handoff and breaks one tackle, but he's brought down around the 30-yard line. And it was Egger who wrapped him up at the ankles, bleaching on the stop as well. It'll be 3rd down and 5. As we are getting closer to sunset here, the lights are on, but it's a beautiful night in Franklin. They still got plenty of time on the play clock. 12 seconds. Taking their time coming out of the huddle. Twins split to the left side of the field for the Knights. Mincer is the lone setback. And Blackhurst pitches it to him. He lost the ball and had to fall on it. And a nice job there by Egger to cover him just in case, as that's a loss of about 6.
And that is also big because now Franklin has a decision to make. They, again, were obviously going to be going for it, but now
4th and 12.
at the 37. It looks like the offense is staying on the field, but
They're
this is
taking a risk with
but
that.
this is a much harder 4th down to make.
Yeah, and they have not, their average yardage gain per play is probably around 5 so far tonight. So we'll see what happens here. Maybe they're going to try to draw us offside as
4th and 12.
Blackhurst gets under center. We've got a whistle, and the Knights want to talk about it. And we have 10:32 to go in the first half, and Warren has hung in there. Except for those 2 fumbles, we might actually be ahead of them because I think one of those would have turned out fine.
At least would have get them. At least wouldn't have been playing the entire game on their end of the field,
Right.
which has been the case.
Yeah. Yeah. So Warren, I guess gradually, slowly, however you want to phrase it, I'm seeing improvements just a little bit every week here, and this is an opportunity we don't want to lose because you got the Ramblers coming to town next week, and they've got 8, 9 Division 1A scholarship potential players.
Sure. Yeah. Plus, they have an All-American defensive back who had, I think it was 2 pick sixes last week against
Sharon.
Sharon. Yeah. Well, I just Googled it. I just wanted to make sure to get the facts straight. Franklin is named after Benjamin Franklin.
How about that?
A little history lesson for you from your Uncle Larry.
I knew all about him watching Bugs Bunny when Clyde had a history test and Bugs taught him how American history really what happened. Okay, Dragons showing blitz, and Blackhurst is going to roll out to his right, stops, throws downfield, and nice job by Charlie Blum to break up that pass. Over there also on the coverage was Clemente, but Charlie did a great job.
Yeah, it was. And that's also a good job to get that ball to the ground because an interception would have cost him some yards on that play. But also he had to make a play on the ball to keep it away from the defender. This is a big opportunity for the Dragons.
Yes, Nick. Ball went over on downs then.
They're going to be getting the best starting field position of the night. So this is the drive you're looking to put points on the board, or at the very least get it down into Franklin territory to definitely flip the field in your favor.
I agree, Nick.
We've had some stops, and we just need to capitalize now. So we're in the pistol formation, and it is Sheen dropping back, looks downfield, throws along the sideline, and he fell down. That was intended for Tommaso Clemente, and I don't know if he might have hurt himself, and that's why he fell. Because the ball was in, I think he could have caught it, but something happened. He just went down in a heap. I think Sheen waited just a little bit too long to throw that one, and we'll step aside and come back here in a moment.
Game on. And the weekly specials are on too at Warren Surefine, the area's only locally owned supermarket where you find the low prices you want and the friendly service you love come together. For all of your game day needs and your family grocery shopping needs too, come on over to Warren Surefine where low prices and local friendly service are both winners. Warren Surefine, your hometown supermarket.
Okay, they are looking at Tommaso Clemente on the sideline, and we have a 2nd down and 10. The ball resting on the Dragon 37.
So this just in from Fort LaBeouf Corps game. Lucas Canix from Fort LaBeouf just drilled a 47-yard field goal.
That's a heck of a kick in high school.
It is.
47 yards. All right, Dragons, power I. They hand the ball off tackle play, and Aiden Egger gets out past the 40-yard line. So he gains 4.
Eisenhower's taking the lead over Iroquois 7-0.
3rd down and 6.
Again, we've shown we can run the ball and we can throw on them, so there's no reason the Dragons cannot mount a drive and get into the end zone here. 3rd down, 6 yards to go. We need to get to the Warren 48-yard line.
Very manageable 6 yards, too. the way Sheen's been throwing the ball. If we get a catch, very manageable.
And they hand off, and it's going to be close, but I don't think he had quite enough. Aiden Egger, the ball carrier, once again, and I think he's going to be a little short.
He's 3 yards short. I think you have to punt this.
40-yard line.
You're in your own territory.
Yeah, I would not give them I wouldn't want to give them the ball here.
I mean,
That's for
maybe
sure.
maybe you can try to draw them off, but I don't think this is this is an area where you want to be taking a delay of game either.
3.
Now,
This is-
Blum's the punter, and he's not lining up in punt formation. So the Dragons appear to be going for it.
This is a
Power eye.
gutsy call.
Well, we'll see what we can do here. 4th down and 3. Franklin bringing everybody up, and they hand it to Zinger, and he's got it. He's got the first down and then some at the 50-yard line. So the gamble pays off, and the Dragons keep the drive going.
He was met right at the line to gain. It was going to be a matter of a spot, but he was able to roll right off that defender and get a couple extra yards and
Great
a
balance.
fresh set of downs for the Dragons.
Yeah, that is a good sign right there. We gambled a little bit, and it paid off. And so let's see if we can keep it going and get to the end zone. 8:26 remaining in the first half. Defensive battle tonight. No score yet. Dragons have the ball. Orth comes to the near side. Clemente, I believe, is at the far side. And they're going to roll Sheen out, and he's nice move, and he got about 6 on that play. Faked out one defender, and they got squashed by one of their linebackers.
Sheen, I believe, is hurt, yeah.
He's down.
Sheen
No, that's not
is on the turf.
a good thing.
We'll take a official's timeout.
We've got another injury, so we'll tend to that and take a station break.
This game is being live streamed on 92 Gold's Facebook page, courtesy of the Rouse Estate, Warren County's leader in caring for generations, specializing in skilled nursing and rehabilitation, personal care, home-based services, and children's daycare. Contact us today at 814-563-7565 or online at www.rouse.org. We want to thank our sponsors like Superior Tire and Rubber to help bring you Warren Football. Superior Tire and Rubber is hiring at almost all manufacturing positions and skill levels, offering the best benefits for employment in the area with starting wages far above other employers. Open interviews held every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or visit www.superiortire.com/careers. Start your new career with Superior Tire today. A special thank you to our sponsors like Mattress & More to bring you Warren Football. Stop in for truckload savings on our biggest selection of mattresses and recliners ever. Mattress & More, where every season is recliner season. Located in Warren, PA. A special thank you to our sponsors like Rary's Auto to bring you Warren Football. Need your car door unlocked, your vehicle hauled to your favorite garage, any roadside assistance, or wrecked your vehicle? Call Rary's 814-723-6489. We will get you going. Go Dragons! We'd like to thank our sponsors like A&B Heating to bring you Warren Football. A&B Heating, serving your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs since 1953.
Game on! And the weekly specials are on too at Warren Surefine, the area's only locally owned supermarket where you find the low prices you want and the friendly service you love come together. For all of your game day needs and your family grocery shopping needs too, come on over to Warren Surefine where low prices and local friendly service are both winners. Warren Surefine, your hometown supermarket.
I'm Hayden Lilly, left tackle for the Dragon football team. Heroes play all season long right here at 92 Gold, WRRN.
This game is being live streamed on 92 Gold's Facebook page, courtesy of the Rouse Estate, Warren County's leader in caring for generations, specializing in skilled nursing and rehabilitation, personal care, home-based services, and children's daycare. Contact us today at 814-563-7565 or online at www.rouse.org. We want to thank our sponsors like Superior Tire and Rubber to help bring you Warren Football. Superior Tire and Rubber is hiring at almost all manufacturing positions and skill levels, offering the best benefits for employment in the area with starting wages far above other employers. Open interviews held every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or visit www.superiortire.com/careers. Start your new career with Superior Tire today. A special thank you to our sponsors like Mattress and More to bring you Warren Football. Stop in for truckload savings on our biggest selection of mattresses and recliners ever. Mattress and More, where every season is recliner season. Located in Warren, PA.
You're listening to Warren Football on 92 Gold.
A special thank you to our sponsors like Rary's Auto to bring you Warren Football. Need your car door unlocked, your vehicle hauled to your favorite garage, any roadside assistance, or wrecked your vehicle? Call Rary's 814-723-6489. We will get you going. Go Dragons! We'd like to thank our sponsors like A&B Heating to bring you Warren Football. A&B Heating, serving your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs since 1953.
Game on! And the weekly specials are on too at Warren Surefine, the area's only locally owned supermarket where you find the low prices you want and the friendly service you love come together. For all of your game day needs and your family grocery shopping needs too, come on over to Warren Surefine, where low prices and local friendly service are both winners. Warren Surefine, your hometown supermarket.
I'm Jacob Redder, center for the Dragons football. Now back to the action at Old Ball Yard on 92 Gold WRRN.
This game is being live streamed on 92 Gold's Facebook page, courtesy of the Rouse Estate, Warren County's leader in caring for generations, specializing in skilled nursing and rehabilitation, personal care, home-based services, and children's daycare. Contact us today at 814-563-7565 or online at www.rouse.org. We want to thank our sponsors like Superior Tire and Rubber to help bring you Warren Football. Superior Tire and Rubber is hiring at almost all manufacturing positions and skill levels, offering the best benefits for employment in the area with starting wages far above other employers. Open interviews held every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or visit www.superiortire.com/careers. Start your new career with Superior Tire today. A special thank you to our sponsors like Mattress and More to bring you Warren Football. Stop in for truckload savings on our biggest selection of mattresses and recliners ever. Mattress and More, where every season is recliner season. Located in Warren, PA.
Okay, we are back here at Franklin. No score in the ball game, and we are hoping that Brady Sheen will be okay. He took a pretty strong hit from Mincer, the Franklin defender, and they are being extra cautious with him. They want to make sure that they do the protocols right, and he'll get looked at, and hopefully this injury is not a serious one. We don't know what happened, so we just send our best wishes out to him and his family, and hopefully he'll be okay.
Yep. All right, let's take a look at some scores. Butler and Meadville tied up at 7. It is Chardon, Ohio, 9, McDowell 6, General McLean 14, Oil City nothing, Girard 12, Fairview 7. It is Eisenhower 7, Iroquois nothing, and Corey has come back. Lucas Baker to Blake Cook for 33-yard touchdown. Fort LaBeouf is now leading Corey 17-13, and Mercier's Prep all over Northwestern 28-0 in the first, heading to the second quarter.
Okay, Dave, thank you very much. As we'll resume action here in just a minute. Boy, tough break for this poor guy. He was injured in week number 1, and now they're going to need to look and see what's going on with him here. But he did absorb a pretty powerful hit from Mincer. I mean, this kid's a good linebacker, and linebacker/safety.
Yep. So now the call will be to Parker Kaiser.
Parker Kaiser,
the freshman.
Yep, get an opportunity here to see what he can do, and he impressed me the first time out. I thought, for never having played varsity ball before.
Parker or Noah Bleach. Either going to be Parker or Noah Bleach. Pretty sure it's going to be Parker, but we'll find out here. Hey, coming up at halftime, Sir John of Robbins will unlock, the keeper of the stats, will unlock the treasure vault and tell us what statistics are happening, plus share some insightful knowledge from his world.
That's coming up at halftime. They hand the ball off to Aiden Egger. He's going to move the pile. He might have a first down. I was going to say, one thing that's really good is that we've been running the ball fairly well tonight, so that can take a little pressure off the quarterback,
Right.
whoever it may be, and still we can be effective and get drives going. We just moved the sticks.
Yeah, that's a nice run there because he drugged some couple defenders with him for about 4 yards.
Yeah, and he's not a big guy, neither is Corbett, but both of them have that capability.
You got that low center of gravity, too.
So it's a first down and 10. The ball is at the 42-yard line of Franklin. We have 7 minutes and 7 seconds left in the first half, and this is just a basic dive play. Goes to the left and a gain of about 2.
Corbett on the carry there.
And that was Aiden Corbett.
Kaiser, Steigerwald in on the tackle.
So Warren is going to be methodical. I think that's a good idea because, for one thing, the longer you have the ball, the less they have it and cannot score. We definitely have to watch those turnovers. We fumbled the ball twice and lost it twice. So they're going to send Twins out here to the right side, and they're going to operate out of the pistol formation and run a jet sweep to the right. Clemente looking for some running room, and they strung that out nicely, but he did gain a couple of yards.
And we have a flag at the end of the play.
Ryder Stevens.
Looks like in the area where it would be a hold.
Got a flag of holding against Warren.
77.
Spot the foul. 10-yard penalty, I believe.
So
Pritzel.
that's going to be against Landon Pritzel.
So
I'll march that back, and that really hurts us because we had a second down and, about 8 yards to go inside the 40.
Ball pushed back to the 47-yard line.
holds can just kill drives.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Second and 16.
And that was, again, another hold that it was there at the point of attack, so it needs to be called, but he didn't need to do it.
Okay, well, Kaiser at quarterback is going to hand the ball off, and Egger gets the call. And he took a couple of people with him for a yard or two and gets a gain of about 3 out of that.
Yep, almost made it back to the first stick.
Along with Evan Steigerwald.
Interesting matchup coming up in October 10th. These Franklin Knights travel to Eisenhower to take on the Eisenhower Knights, a broadcaster's nightmare.
Oh,
the Knights have the ball. Oh, the Knights turn it over. Grabbed by the Knights.
Nightmare.
Yeah.
Not intended. Huh?
No pun intended on that one.
I figured as much. All right, power I formation, second down, and check that, third down and 13. Dragons are going to throw the ball here. Parker Kaiser, Blum could have had it. It was there. He got a hand on it, but it sailed out of bounds, and so it's an incomplete pass, and it brings up a fourth down. I would think we're going to punt the ball. So Warren unable to sustain anything that time.
However, this should be a nice field flipper.
Well, it depends.
yeah.
What kind of punt Blum gets, and seemed like he had better punts last year, but that could just be me.
All right, one
there you
man
go.
back deep for Franklin, and it is a fair catch, and it will be at the 11. Wilmoth is the guy that caught the ball, and Franklin will set up shop right there. So now they are going to be deep in their own territory, and wouldn't we love to see a fumble right here?
Yep, he got all sorts of foot into that ball.
Yeah, that was easily the best punt I've seen him have this year. And that's a good time for it.
Mm-hmm. So, first and 10 for the Knights. Again, they're going to put it right on the 10.
Yeah, he took a couple steps after the fair catch.
All right, first
So,
and 10.
Dragons have to be alert here. They're going to split twin receivers out here to the near side of the field, hand to Mincer in the backfield, and he's going to get about 5.
Somebody grabbed him around the foot to stop him.
Yeah,
Well, he had all sorts of momentum going.
Orth. If Orth doesn't make that tackle, Mincer could be off to the races.
I was going to say, it looked for a split second like he was about to break that. And you're right, he would have been off to the races. So, good play by the Dragon defensive end, Orth. On a second down, and they gave him 4 on that. I thought he got more than that. But, so they hand it again. Mincer the deep back, gets the ball, and
Mincer on the run, brought down by a flight of Dragons.
he is met by the entire left side of that defensive line.
That's a first down.
And he got enough for the first. They'll move the sticks.
It's one thing, if you can go into halftime 0-0, another moral victory.
Yeah, that's the other thing is, barring a big breaking play, it looks like it's going to take a few minutes for Franklin to get down the field. Right now, the clock is on the side of Warren, especially for just getting to the half at 0-0. But they're going to have to get stops.
And they're going to throw one out in the flat, and they're lucky that Charlie Blum didn't run up and steal that, as he was closer to it than the receiver was.
I would say that was deflected. Fiskus got a hand on it. He's shaking his hand after the play now.
He might have jammed his finger or something.
Deflecting a football, and that can jam the finger.
And that hurts.
Yes, it does.
All right, it is 2nd down and 10 at the 20-yard line. And this is where the Dragons don't want to allow them to start moving the chains, because, you know, those long sustained drives from inside your own 10, they can be deflating to the other team if you can score out of that. And Mincer's going to get the call off right tackle. And the Dragons, again, great gang tackling. That entire side of the defense on the left just blew that play up. He might have gotten a yard, and that's it.
Yeah, he only got about half a yard there, so.
You got to give it to the Dragons defense for containment tonight. They're all over the ball, swarming it.
This is a big play.
Could be a good nominee for player of the game tonight, the Dragon defense.
Well, they got to come up big here, because if we can get the ball back with 3 minutes and something left to go, we might be able to do something with it. So right now, if you're Warren, I'm going to tell my defensive backs, be alert. They could try to get behind you and throw downfield, but they need 9 yards here for the first down, and the primary thing is they've been giving the ball to Mincer all night long. We got to continue to stop him.
Well, that's kind of like what Coach Jody Baum said when I asked if anybody stood out on defense last week. He said the defense as a whole, we're not picking anybody out of there. They played together as an entire unit. So yeah, that's good. You know, that's how they see them. They don't pick anybody right out. And tonight, like I said, it could be a good player of the game nominee for the defense.
Well, if we get a shutout tonight, that'd be something. I would definitely give them the player of the game award if they shut them out. And we're almost done with one half of football, and nobody's scored a point yet.
So this is about as much of an obvious passing situation as you see. However, like you said, can't let someone get behind you. This is a time you maybe can take this as a look to take a shot downfield, see if you can get someone behind, because you're comfortable with your punter to give your defense some room. So the Dragon defense cannot let the defense or the receivers get in front of them.
Well, they're going to give, and they're not going to get anything. I think that's going to be a loss of yardage. Again, the left side of that Dragon defense was stellar on that play. They didn't give anybody any room, and Mincer was brought down immediately. So it's 4th down. They lost 3 on that play.
Yeah, good penetration from the left side of the defense, reading that play, not looking. They're looking for the pass, but they were anticipating the run.
Hager and Clemente drop deep for Warren, and Mincer back the punt.
Said Dragons are gonna need some blocking from their guys.
Oh, nearly blocked that one. It's a high kick, And it is going to take a bounce at the 50 and go out of bounds.
At the 48.
And the Dragons will have great field position and 2:43 left on the clock, so that's plenty of time for them.
And still one timeout, so.
So let's see if the Dragons can get something happening here. We've got some guys on the offense, in particular Clemente, that can win most foot races if they can get him the ball.
Yeah, that's key right there. If you can get him the ball, he can get out into space. Egger's been pounding the ball right up the middle. Corbett, if he can hold on to it, he's been pounding the ball at the middle, so yeah.
So let's see what happens here as the Dragons have a 1st and 10 with 2:43 remaining in the first half. It has been a battle, no scoring yet, but these teams fighting it out. And now Kaiser's going to drop back, throws the ball. He was hit as he released it, and it's a good thing I just fell to the turf because there were 3 black shirts nearby that could have picked that one off.
Yeah, he felt the pressure, but he didn't feel the pressure.
I would say I think he was setting up a deep ball to Clemente is
Yep.
what he was looking for.
So it will be 2nd and 10. That stops the clock with 2:38 remaining in the half.
Yeah, you're setting up your deep ball, but you also, like you said, Nick, you got to pay attention to what's around you, what's coming in, watching that pocket close around.
Yeah, that's a lot to ask for a freshman
Oh, yeah,
quarterback.
I agree.
So we are in the power I right now, and wide receivers split to each side. And here comes the blitz. Pitch out, and Egger, is going to have a nice gain there, about 8 yards. And it will be 3rd and short.
I'm saying goes out of bounds, which stops the clock. He got 9, so he's only going to they have 2 plays to get a yard.
3rd down and 1. 3rd and 1.
Kareem McNeely is the guy that pushed him out. Yeah, we've got, actually, it looks from here like less than 1. And the Dragons, I don't know, I don't know if I would go for it on 4th down here. We'll have to see what happens on this play. It's, again, the I formation.
Don't push the quarterback. Can't do it. They're going to hand it off.
Yep, Egger, he's got a 1st down, and he's
More.
still going sideline. Egger all the way down to the 20-yard line. A beautiful job, and he showed some quickness there to break it to the outside and get some big yardage for the Dragons.
As you would say, TJ, that is the way you tote the mail.
Yeah, that's how you draw it up.
Yep.
He was quick enough to break that initial wave, and once he got out there, it was clear sailing until they finally drove him out at the 20-yard line, and now plenty of time. Warren doesn't have to hurry.
I tell you what, he's going to be fun to watch the next 2 years as he matures and gets some strength in those legs and power.
And pitch back to Corbett, and he's going to get maybe a yard or 2, and that's it.
Hey, one of the games we were talking about on our way down is Hickory and Conneaut tonight in Conneaut. In the 2nd quarter, Hickory leads 28-0.
Okay,
We watched Hickory play last year in the playoffs, and
they were good.
oh my goodness. Yes, they were.
Loaded with talent. All right, it is 2nd down and 5 yards to go, and the Dragons are in the eye. Again, they give to the deep back Corbett, and he is going to get not much of anything.
I don't want to say this out loud, but I'm going to. You are in field goal range. Charlie can hit from there.
125 and counting left in the first half, as the Dragons desperately want to get points here.
If I was watching him hit field goals in practice on Wednesday, and that's in his range.
I think if a field goal's in play here, this ball needs to be on the ground.
And, oh, nice move there. Egger cuts back inside. Egger still on his feet, and he is down to the 1. Now, did the ball come out before he hit?
But he was down.
He fumbled the ball, but they say it was down on contact, and you cannot have the ground force a fumble.
Both the back judge and head linesman both had him down immediately.
And there was that leaf in the windstorm type running. So you got Corbett and you got Egger both using that leaf in the windstorm running philosophy.
Well, they're hard. They're very hard to get a shot at. And that particular run, we saw power, we saw moves, we saw speed, we saw it all.
So coming up in a minute at 2, John Robbins joins us for some stats, and I'm sure he would love to tell us about a touchdown in the stats and Warren's stats. So we'll join him. Plus, he'll probably talk about some other stuff, and you'll probably hear some background music from the Black Knight Marching Band, who is what they were telling me earlier. They're a show band. There's a lot of dancing on the field, a lot of high energy, and from what we heard at the beginning of the game, good sounds.
I'd say it's a very good band.
Yeah.
One of the best probably in the state.
Yes, they're phenomenal. All right, let's see. The Dragons can punch it in here. It is first and goal at the 1.
So you got 4 plays to punch it in.
And if they need to clock it, they can do that.
Right, you definitely have time. You have a minute 2. No need to panic. No need to.
Say in a timeout. Yeah, this should be 4 runs with Kaiser up the middle if needed. We'll give it to Egger and in.
He's in.
Touchdown.
Egger scores. The Dragons get their first TD of the season, and they lead the night 6-0. Second TD. I'm sorry. That's right. They did score last.
Yep, Clemente had that 59-yard reception in
Shame on
week
me.
1.
I should be admonished.
Oh, you will be. You'll be vexed.
Well, I'm happy right now, though. The Dragons got a touchdown, and they will go, well, I imagine Blum's going to kick here. And Noah Bleach is going to hold, and Charlie Blum is out to kick the extra point.
So you are
you guys making fun of me while I
well,
was looking
no,
out there?
we're statistically proving you right, half right.
Warren needs to take a timeout.
First rushing touchdown of the season.
Oh, thank you for covering for me.
You're welcome.
I had just
They got it
forgotten.
off. Kick
The
is
other
up and the
score,
kick is
and
good.
that one looks good from here, and it is good. And the Dragons draw first blood, and they lead the Franklin Knights 7-0 with 59 seconds remaining in the first half. So it's got to give the Dragons a big boost mentally to know that they can come down and sustain a drive. And that was very well executed the whole way down the field.
Yes, it was, and that's a good job. You know, they handed the ball off, but good composure there by Kaiser too. You know, he had a couple pitches, which they aren't necessarily hard plays to make. But a freshman quarterback kind of getting thrown in the fire in a 0-0 game. That's, you know, giving your teams in a game for the first time in a while that you're going back and forth. The composure was there. Nice running there by Aiden Egger on that drive. Dragons have 59 seconds to get this to the locker room with a 7-0 lead, and they get the ball to start the second half.
Yep.
Yeah, so things are looking good right now for the Warren Dragons. They have played very well tonight. The only things that went wrong really were those 2 fumbles, and fortunately we were able to hold them on defense, and they did not score any points off of either one of those. And so now Charlie Blum will tee it up and kick the ball off here. Again, 59 seconds remaining in the first half. Warren leads 7-0.
What is Charlie? Is he a junior or senior? Sophomore?
I think he's a junior, but let me just double check that.
Junior?
Yeah. Yep, junior.
Josiah Rodriguez back there.
So Blum tees the ball up. And we will see. And he's going to kick that low end. He kicks it right at one of the up men. And a nice job fielding it. We'll try to identify who that was.
I don't think that's the time for that. You're trying to get this to the locker room. Now you're giving Franklin a chance.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was on purpose, if he just kind of miskicked that.
Mike Miller was
Looked
the guy
on
that
purpose to me, but I don't know if them assuming they probably had an idea that they could maybe one of those big up backs that maybe
might
they aren't
fumble around with it.
Hit it right off of them and you can recover it, but
that's not the time.
This is not the time at all.
All right, Franklin spreads the offense out. They've got twins out here on this side, and they'll roll to this side. Blackhurst evades one tackler, and he's going to tuck the ball, and he's out of bounds.
Oh, you can't do that.
Flag on the play.
You can't do that.
That will be that call. He had stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, he was out already.
That was on Orth. I mean, he was well out of bounds.
There was no call for that.
No.
That was a big mistake because that was going to tack on 15 yards plus whatever they gained on the play.
So he's out at the 50, so it's going to be their ball at the 35.
Yeah, you need
out of bounds 50 seconds, and
you need your team now to get him in a little say, hey, you got to calm down, son.
Yeah,
That was no. He was out of bounds. What are you doing?
You've got to be able to see that as you come up to make the tackle, and I'm just surprised that he hit him at all.
Well, that's what we were talking about on the way down, TJ. It's this. You get near the sideline and they ramp up the intensity and
Yeah, don't
put
do
somebody
that.
into the crowd, and you can't do that.
No, you can't.
You got to pull up. No.
Well, hopefully Warren's defense can hold him here, and
Warren's going to take a timeout, and I think this is a good timeout because
they need to talk to them.
the,
Timeout called by Warren.
All right, we'll step aside. Dragons lead at 7-0 with 50 seconds remaining in the first
A
half.
special thank you to our sponsors like Rary's Auto to bring you Warren Football. Need your car door unlocked, your vehicle hauled to your favorite garage, any roadside assistance, or wrecked your vehicle? Call Rary's 814-723-6489. We will get you going. Go Dragons! We'd like to thank our sponsors like A&B Heating to bring you Warren Football. A&B Heating, serving your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs since 1953.
Game on! And the weekly specials are on too at Warren Surefine, the area's only locally owned supermarket where you find the low prices you want and the friendly service you love come together. For all of your game day needs and your family grocery shopping needs too, come on over to Warren Surefine where low prices and local friendly service are both winners. Warren Surefine, your hometown supermarket.
Now, for getting the unsportsmanlike contact there, Nick, can he be disqualified from the game? Or?
well, it was a
No?
personal. It was not
Okay.
sportsmanlike. It was a personal foul. You can be if it's flagrant. I mean, no, that's not something you get thrown out of the game for.
Blackhurst threw over the middle, incomplete, so that stops the clock. 45 seconds remaining. It's 2nd and 10.
I mean, well, I guess yes, he could have been thrown out of the game. I don't think that reached the level of flagrant. Like if he would have been standing out of bounds still and he just comes over and lays him out, then you're in territory of potentially getting thrown out. But
Right.
no, I just think that's just a regular personal foul.
Okay, Franklin breaks the huddle. It's a 2nd and 10. And 45 seconds remain. Two backs in the backfield in the shotgun, and Blackhurst is going to roll. He'll set up. Now he's going to be flushed out. Keeps it, goes down the sideline, and is down around the 30.
Blackhurst on the
I think they'll mark him at the 31. I believe he stepped out before he fell.
Which is a break for Franklin because he did fall down inbounds when that would have kept the clock rolling. They have no timeouts, but just got that foot out of bounds. Saves them some time here.
We have 37 seconds left in the half now.
I was saying Franklin's got a kicker over here on the sideline warming up, so
Seems like this last minute and a half is like taking forever.
Yeah, sometimes you have games that are like that, and this has been a defensive battle all night long. And Blackhurst will roll to his right now, and he'll step up in the pocket. He eludes the rush. He's still going, 25-20, out of bounds.
Blackhurst on the run.
And he did use up some time, 29 seconds remaining. He may have a first down. Let's see.
First down.
yes, he's got plenty enough for a first down.
First
Down to inside the red zone, down to the 18, plus getting out of bounds. It was nice coverage downfield by the Dragons, and they got pressure on him, but the left side of the field just opened up for him, and he had room to run.
He's demonstrating some good quickness and able to elude a lot of people.
That's one of those plays that as a defense you did everything right, but you still give up because there's just that one spot of the field that's going to be open for the quarterback to run, and he found it.
All right, power I formation, and Warren has 4 up front right now. And the handoff goes to Mincer, and he gets a bundle of yards up the middle, and he's down around the 10-yard line.
brought down.
They're down to 20 seconds. They got to go.
Yeah, they're going to have to.
Raphael.
Raphael made the stop for Warren, and they do clock that ball. So it's 14 seconds remaining in the half. It is 2nd down and 4 yards to go.
So if a field goal is a possibility here, this has to be a pass. I mean, they got a kicker warming up over here on the sideline. This is going to have to. They can get the first down or something out of bounds.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to. Anything that's tackled in the middle of the field is going to do them.
Short of the sticks, yeah, they're going to have to just run up to the line and run another play. If they get the first down, they can get up there and spike it, and then look to see what their options are. But big third down here.
Power I formation, 2 receivers split wide right. He's going to roll to his right. Blackers throws it, and
That's incomplete.
it looked like a trap,
Fourth and
Yep.
four.
and it is incomplete. So 4th down now and 9 seconds left.
And they're going to send out the field goal unit.
Connor
Yeah,
Ritchie,
you got to put some points on the board. If you have a kicker who can make it from here, yeah, get your points where you can. Like I said, Warren gets the opening kick or the kickoff for the opening in the second half.
Like Connor Ritchie is the guy that's going to kick. And this will be from the 20, make it the 19. So it's going to be a 29-yard attempt. There's a little confusion about who's supposed to be out there in the lineup for them. And now they finally settle it. And Ritchie's kick is up, and it is
No good.
no good. It was wide left, and the Dragons dodged a bullet right there.
Yeah, it looked good from up here, but that's why we're up here, and the two guys underneath the goalpost are down there.
Yeah,
That is another massive break for the Dragons.
Yes.
That is. I mean, he definitely had delay. He has the leg to put those through, and that's something Warren can keep in the back of their mind for later. But those would have been 3 points gifted to the Knights. First of all, by the short kickoff, and then by the late hit out of bounds.
yeah.
The Dragons have they've had a couple mistakes, but they've also caught some massive breaks.
Right now you just got to take.
Oh
a
yeah,
knee.
this is a knee, and you get to the locker room.
Yep. Get to the locker room, celebrate your first half moral victory.
So it'll be first and 10.
You got to calm your guys down. Hey, you can't do that. You almost gave up points right there.
That is huge. We cannot make those kinds of
We
mistakes.
got to keep our head in the game. That's nothing. This is a new team. You can't do that.
Okay, he'll just take a knee, I am sure. And
And Kaiser will take
Kaiser stops the play by taking the knee, and that's it. No time left in the half. The Dragons leading 7-0, and we've got a lot to talk about here at halftime, and we'll get to that
This
in a
game is
moment.
being live streamed on 92 Gold's Facebook page, courtesy of the Rouse Estate, Warren County's leader in caring for generations, specializing in skilled nursing and rehabilitation, personal care, home-based services, and children's daycare. Contact us today at 814-563-7565 or online at www.rouse.org. We want to thank our sponsors like Superior Tire and Rubber to help bring you Warren Football. Superior Tire and Rubber is hiring at almost all manufacturing positions and skill levels, offering the best benefits for employment in the area with starting wages far above other employers. Open interviews held every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or visit www.superiortire.com/careers. Start your new career with Superior Tire today. A special thank you to our sponsors like Mattress & More to bring you Warren Football. Stop in for truckload savings on our biggest selection of mattresses and recliners ever. Mattress & More, where every season is recliner season. Located in Warren, PA.
Dragon football on 92 Gold.
All right, we are here in Franklin, Pennsylvania. We'll get an opportunity to watch one of the best bands anywhere as the Franklin Knights Marching Band entertains at halftime. And the most important thing we can say right now is the Dragons lead the Knights 7-0, and they played a good first half to get there.
It's an unbelievable first half defensively. They've held Mincer to just 23 yards outside of that one. If you remove the 20-yard carry, he only has 13 carries for 23 yards.
That's
if you
a good
include that, it's 14 for 43. So, but that one run is holding him up statistically.
Yeah.
So they're really doing a good job containing him. It took one, okay, this is the guy, and then they've been swarming on him ever since that first run. And hats off to Egger. 10 carries, 72 yards, a touchdown. Does have that one fumble lost. So he does have a turnover running it. He does have a couple more that you were able to hop on. But still, the point being, I mean, they're in this thing.
Yeah.
You have to quell the emotions. I think, okay, we can go in with the moral victory at halftime, but it's all about quelling the emotions of, we're up.
Yeah, this is business now.
Yeah. When was the last time that Warren led going into halftime of a game?
23-plus games ago.
Yeah. This is everything. 26 in a row. It's been plenty of long Fridays and a couple Thursdays and a couple Saturday nights that have been really long. And they were right in this game last year, and then the rain came, and then it was delayed a day. This could be a program changer. There is no doubt about it. And the adversity you're already facing, your starting quarterback's down. I mean, you had the freshmen in. This is the young group. This is the guys that I'm sure through, midgets and Pop Warner and middle school, and now probably last year with JV were, all right, you're next up. You're the ones that are going to build this program. And this is it. Egger, Corbett, and now Kaiser and all those guys.
Yeah.
It comes down to the young guys. Do they want it? Do they want to change this program? And that's a tall task. That's to ask of anybody, including seniors that are 17 years old, 18 years old. Are you willing to change the program at 14, 15 before you can even legally drive? I mean, that's a lot of pressure on your shoulders, and hopefully they're not thinking of that. Hopefully they're just thinking of what it is. It's just a game. But I'm sure that weighs on them. Let's be real with it.
Well, they have an opportunity to really steer the ship in the right direction with a W tonight. And I think one of the important things is to tell them, hey, look, you had a long sustained drive. You executed extremely well. You know you're capable of doing that.
Yes.
Now just go out and do it again.
And Kaiser looks good. I think Nick's made a very good point that you're asking a lot of a freshman quarterback. You really are. And he's good. He looks like a freshman quarterback, but he doesn't look like he's scared out of his mind to be getting this opportunity, which is what you like to see. Hopefully he sustains that and doesn't flake away in the second half. But the one thing that's working for them is that run game. Just bleed the clock, hold on to the ball. Time possession is going to win this ball game. Because on defensive side, they're unreal tonight. They're flying to the ball. They've had 2 breakdowns. They had the late hit, and they had the 20-yard run earlier in the game. That's been the 2 breakdowns. Shout out to Blackhurst. He looks great. I mean, he doesn't have the arm strength really, but when he's back in trouble in the pocket, he's going to escape. You have to contain him because he's going to do something dangerous here because he can break one, and he has the athleticism to do so with ease.
Well, that last drive was largely him.
Yes, it was. He has 5 carries for 11 yards, but that's not including all the sacks he's taken.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the point being, but this where you win this game is in the trenches. This is finally an opponent. Warren seems to be dominating in that aspect, but the issue is they're not using that domination. They have been able to connect on the outside and get those long balls. And Sheen had some times before he got hurt where he was sitting back there and unloaded a great ball. I mean, hopefully he's okay in the long run. But it's it's real now.
Yeah, you can't worry about that. You go with who you have.
Yep.
And you just follow the game plan. It's been working so far. Keep control of the football. Don't do anything stupid. And you got a chance to beat these guys.
Do you know how you make Sheen feel better? Is you tell him that this was a win.
Yeah.
At that age, let's just be honest. And I was in it. It was, you're hurt. Well, long term, what are the effects of that? Sure, but as long as your team wins, you're fine with it. I mean, as long as your guys win, and
that's why you play.
I think after that injury, the line started pushing harder. That first run out of the timeout, Egger broke it and ran.
Yeah, they seemed like they were inspired.
I think this team is a lot. There are still some remnants of, not being able to stay coachable and the late hits and stuff like that and the holds. But this team is vastly improved from what they were before.
Yes.
And it not to be like, oh, me, but I saw this with Teal where they were respectfully a very bad football team. Not coached well, not setting their blocks, but the execution of things looks so much different, even though the score never really changed, and that's what we've seen the last 2 weeks. And it looks a lot different tonight, especially against a team like Franklin, that they just look a lot better.
Absolutely. I like what we're doing tonight. I'm impressed with, I think Warren's come along and improved both sides of the ball. And we've got a very real chance here to win the first football game in a long, long time, and hopefully they can come out here and finish the job in the second half. I've noticed your shirt, the Tomcats lacrosse.
Oh, yeah.
So Teal was playing this evening?
Yes, they were. They're playing Concordia, University of Wisconsin. They were down 21-0 last time I checked. Concordia is a pretty solid program. Went 6-3 last year, but I think they're a better squad this year. I think they just got a tough non-conference opponent. I think Coach Bauman is a very, very good coach. He's built something from scraps to a team that was picked middle of the pack, literally middle of the President's Athletic Conference. So I think they'll be good. I saw a build much like this that I'm seeing right in front of my eyes with Warren. It took a lot of people, a lot of steps, and Dave and I have had conversations over the phone through the last couple weeks about the things that Coach Krikke has done, the little things that go such a far way to build a program.
Yeah.
And it's just different.
And you don't even realize as a player a lot of those things. You're just going and doing it.
Yeah, they have a wonderful staff over there. I think they've done a very good job this year. The results have not come. Hopefully that comes tonight.
Yeah.
And his goal the lofty goal of going from 0 wins to 5 is a lofty one. But if you get one in week 3, that's a big step. I mean, you are going against next week the evil empire. That is, but
Cathedral Prep.
yeah, but looking at the rest of the season, boy, this is everything. If you can get one, that creates a cascading effect. You just need one.
And it's contagious.
Yes.
It really is.
I mean, it's like they always talk about with like athletes and slumps. You just need one. Need one. I've had that conversation with a lot of guys where I've been blessed to coach a lot of guys that are very talented, and I'm not afraid to just let them keep going and keep going and keep going. And once one falls, you're good. And we'll be but sorry, we're figuring out lights over here. But once one goes, that's a big thing. So.
Absolutely. And finally, before we get back into, well, it'll be a bit, but I got to ask you, who's Pitt entertaining this week?
Central Michigan.
And
Chippewas.
odds on line?
I'm not sure. I personally am very nervous because next week is the brawl, the backyard brawl.
Oh, West Virginia.
I don't want us looking ahead, knowing my history with MAC teams. I would much rather not look forward. People are like, oh, let's. They're already making posts about the backyard brawl. We have Central Michigan this weekend. Like, we could lose to this team. They just beat San Jose State last week, which I understand. Oh, Mountain West, but I don't care. It's Pitt football. They'll find a way to fall on their face. I've seen.
Come on, you gotta have a little more faith.
No, I've grown up with it enough. I've seen enough of it. They'll find a way. No win in being a Pitt fan is automatic. They're all maybes.
Except if it's 1976 and Tony Dorsett's carrying the ball.
Still all maybes.
They had an impressive team.
I know. Still all maybes.
Okay. Well, I would.
Who does
say,
Notre Dame have?
They're off. This is a bye week, which they need to sword back into. They played a very, very good football team, and I don't think people realize how much talent Miami got in the offseason. And that catch by Daniels in the end zone.
Carson Beck is legit.
Tremendous.
I knew he was good from Georgia, but he didn't really get he obviously got the pub. Like, everybody knew who Carson Beck was, but he got, wow. Like, I didn't realize he was that good.
Yeah, he was tremendous. And I'll tell you what, the Notre Dame quarterback grew up quickly. He, in the second half, came around a little bit, and I thought he was going to do a good job. He did a good job.
That's tough for, I don't think you've been really upset about that loss, where it's like,
no.
It's a young guy going into a very tough environment. It's better than the Brian Kelly showing.
They played one of the probably top 3 or 4 teams in the country talent-wise in that game, and they still had a chance to win in the end, even though they did not play particularly well in the first half.
Yeah,
they didn't tackle anybody.
I'll see Miami at the end of the year. I'm going to that game, Pitt Miami, so I'll see how they stack up. I think that I give a lot of grief to Pitt. We're like, oh, we can't look past Central Michigan. This is a talented ball club. This receiving core is the deepest it's been since. I think it's deeper than the one Kenny Pickett had in 2021. I really think so. They have more top-end talent, but I think it was not as deep as this group is. They got Blue Hicks, Sincerely, a lot of other guys I'm blanking on really badly right now. Oh, my goodness. But they have a good running back core, Jules Goff and Des Reed. Des Reed's an all-purpose back, All-American, first-team All-American, so Eli Holstein looks good, and once he got the rust shaken off of him, he didn't play competitive football since October. So, he shook the rust off, and he looked good. But I think – but back to this game. We can talk about college football all day. There is a 7-0 ball game here, and the Warren Dragons are leading. Let's not ignore that for anybody out there.
No, this is important, and they look different out there playing tonight. It's like they're a little more mature, and except for the 2 fumbles and the 1 bad decision here on the sideline, they played an extremely good first half.
Yeah, they've got a couple breaks, but as Nick and I joked, it's better to be lucky than good. That's mostly correct, but tonight,
no luck never hurt.
Tonight, you just need anything to get over.
Yeah.
Let's just look at it plainly. I've been in games like this where you're watching and just you need the little things to go. When Teal broke their home losing streak, the starting quarterback went down. The backup came in. They had a guy fall down. They had a receiver on his birthday jump over a guy and moss him. You just need things that are just lucky. He timed it perfectly. He got it. You had a defender hit a guy at the exact right time. You just need things to break your way. And in a game like this, where for the last 26 Fridays, it's broken wrong for you, you need some of that. The ball, that weird oblong shape of a football goes one way for you. You just need fate to go in your direction just this one time. And, yes, talent goes a long way, coaching goes a long way, but when you're trying to break a streak like this, you just need luck to fall into your place. And, yes, they are creating their own luck, but they just need it at this point when you've lost that many games in a row. But they've got
this is the first
24 minutes.
Yeah, this is the first time they've come out of a locker room at halftime with the lead in a long time.
24 minutes makes you either continue to just be, just Warren, or, all right. You can look at it, it's just Franklin, it's just that. But when you lose that many in a row, it's like, all right, they finally broke it.
Yeah.
You don't have that on your shoulders. You don't have to go into school every week with that on your shoulders. Oh, we lost another game. Oh, right. We did this. Oh, we did that. It's different now.
Yeah, and they know they can play with this team. They've already proved that to themselves. So
they got to come out of the second half. They'll get the ball back, and we'll see what they can do. If they can bleed, I think Nick made a great point earlier with that. When the first drives in the first quarter, when they kept getting kicked back, and almost ended up with a Franklin touchdown because their backs are against the wall, they just bled clock and got a couple first downs. That's all they need to do in this first drive of this first half.
And they're coming out with a new attitude. Look at them. They're jumping around. There's a spring in the step now.
Yeah, look at that support section on the far side. A couple people traveled, but they were loud. Every time they scored, every time something big happened, they were loud. And if you can quiet this home crowd, boy, this second half could get real fun. I'm going to hand the mic back to Dave, but boy, we got 24 minutes. Hopefully it's hopefully it stays on the right end for the Warren Dragons.
Okay, and thanks to John Robbins for his commentary at halftime. And now we will give it to the teller of tales.
No, you're the.
Well, I'm the
tales.
teller of tales. I can't keep straight.
Well, you were just talking to the keeper of the stat. I am the predictor of the
Homecoming Queens.
future, whatever
The
you want to
future.
do.
Predictor of the future.
Yeah. So here's some scores as we go coming out of halftime. Fort LaBeouf leads Corey 13. Sharon leads Slippery Rock 14-3. Harbor Creek 7, Northeast 7. Girard 18, Fairview 7. City is leading Taylorsville 14-0. Eisenhower is leading Iroquois 13-0. Good game up there in Iroquois. And Hickory leads Conneaut 28-0.
Okay, thank you, Dave.
Yeah.
We'll ask. We haven't gotten the opinion of the rules yet. This Dragon team coming out in the second half. Nick, what are your thoughts? What do you feel deep down inside about this ball game?
Yeah, it's definitely a different body language on the Dragons that use, and you can tell that they're really into this game. I mean, why wouldn't you be? It's a close game. It's 7-0. I believe at halftime for the first time. I don't know if they took it into the locker room last year or not, but this is big. I mean, these are going to be 24 tough minutes for these Dragons, and I'm sure they know that it definitely helps their case that they are getting the ball first to start the second half.
Absolutely.
If you remember last year, Franklin just took it to it. I think they put 40 or something on us last year. They're close to quarterback. We had no defense for Mincer. They had a good wideout, couldn't contain. So, it's come a long way.
The key thing here, though, is the Dragons cannot play like they're basically not wanting to make a mistake. You have to go out there and play your game, because that can happen in games like a team. Some teams you sometimes just wait there and wait for that mistake. You cannot go out there. You cannot have those negative thoughts in your head. You just have to go out there and play your game.
Yep.
Plus, you gotta keep your foot on the gas. You gotta don't play conservative. Play to win. I know it's 26 games ago you won. Get that feeling back.
I was saying that, and that's something big that the only people on this team that know what a win feels like are these seniors.
Yeah.
So you need your seniors to step up and really show and help lead these younger Dragons to get them their first taste of victory at the varsity level.
Big cheers. Come on, both sides.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting here. Let's see how the Dragons come out for the second half and what they do with that first possession. And we say a lot that in the third quarter, the opening moments of the third period are often very telling about how the rest of the ball to go.
Yep.
So we're waiting for the Dragons to take the field, and now they're coming out. Franklin's putting the ball on the tee, and we are getting ready for quarter number 3 here in Franklin, Pennsylvania, as Dragons have a 7-0 lead over the Knights with John Robbins, Dave Engstrom, and Nick Hoffman. I'm Tim Giuliano, and we're glad you're listening here on 92 Gold. We're also streaming on 92 Gold if you care to watch. And we're underway. This one's going to go into and out of the end zone, and the Dragons will start at their own 20.
He's got some leg right there.
They got a good kicker.
Oh, yeah.
There was no problem with the leg strength when they attempted that field goal. It was just a little bit wide left.
Yep, just flanked it a little bit.
The first and 10 for Warren.
All right, Dragons come out with their offense, and it will be number 10, and that is Parker Kaiser.
So yeah, like we said, the key thing: don't play to not lose. You still gotta go out there and execute what you're doing. Just go out there, play loose, do what you did in the first half. Main goal here: move the sticks a couple times, chew the clock.
Orth to this side, Clemente to the far side, power I formation, and Kaiser under center. He's going to hand the ball to the deep back, and that's going to be Corbett. He got about a yard.
Egger on the run.
Check that, Egger, not Corbett. So Zinger and Egger in the backfield.
Second and 9.
That's another thing. Corbett and Egger both, and you've mentioned this before, Dave.
Yep.
Pretty fast on their feet. Get them in space a little bit. Throw
Right.
the ball. Same thing with Blum. They've been trying to do that. Just could not connect with Charlie, but I think we can make good use of our talented backs. And they go with a power eye again, and Egger is deep. And Kaiser hands it to him, and there's a flag on the play. Egger is out in the open and gets out past the 40-yard line. Let's check on the penalty.
This is coming back. If it was anything on the defense, it would have been blown dead. I didn't see the formation, but
wipes out a big gain.
Illegal formation. I'm assuming they had 5 in the backfield.
That's the second one tonight.
Yeah, I didn't pay close enough attention to the formation, but
well, it's starting to appear that Warren can physically handle this defensive line and open holes for the backs because we've had a lot of them tonight.
Yeah, if you just get not in illegal formation, you're going to have some good yardage.
Right. So let's see what the Dragons do here on 2nd and 15. As again, they'll split the receivers. And hand to Egger. And he's still fighting for yardage. He was going to get nailed at the line of scrimmage, but was able to sneak ahead for a couple.
You know what I'd like to see him do? Watch they line up again. You got Tommaso way out here on the far side. Quick slant. Because there's only one guy covering him. There's nobody back. Quick slant. He catches it. He could be gone.
Yeah. Now, did you say the far side or the dark side?
The near side here.
Okay. The near side and the far side.
You heard what you wanted.
John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band.
Yeah, that's the dark side.
Yeah. Okay, it is 3rd down and 11. Big play for the Dragons. They line up in the eye. They've got the receivers split. And Kaiser's going to throw the ball and just a little ahead of Charlie Blum. Actually, that touched Franklin defender's hand, and that could have been picked. Fortunately, it was not.
6.
Yeah, he had a clear alley.
Say it was him in the goal line.
So the Dragons will have to go into punt formation here, and Blum will be the punter. And what we certainly don't want to do is give up a big return here.
I was saying the Knights are going to already be getting good field position.
Yes, going deep for Franklin is Jaden Wilmoth, I believe. Blum. Low line drive over end over end. And the Dragons will cover that one, and Franklin will not have a return. And Warren downs it at the 43-yard line. Clemente was the first player downfield.
Okay, good punt by Charlie Blum. Puts him on the other side of the field. This is where Dragon defense has to set up shop and own the field.
I would say a lot of these drives, what they've done is they've given up a big first play, but then they lock it down.
Plus you got to control your emotions.
Yes, yeah. You cannot have stupid penalties that are just gifting yardage to Franklin.
Full house backfield for the Knights right now. And Dragons appear to be blitzing, and they hand the ball to Mincer, and he is corralled and brought down after a gain of about 3 yards. In on the stop for the Dragons there was number 52, Oyola, Sebastian Oyola.
So that was a good first down run there for Mincer, but good job by the Dragons to contain him just 4.
So, yes, again, the defensive stops, I think, are helping build the confidence of this Warren team. We have shut them down many times already tonight. So far, pitched a shutout. And a handoff up the middle again, and nice job by the defense to limit that to about 2 yards.
Defense almost got burned on that because they weren't even ready for the snap.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's Mincer. The Dragons were not set. Mincer got stuck behind his own line.
Right.
That was what kept that play from going anywhere. I mean, his own line just kind of got stuck in the mud.
Yeah, they were coming up to the line, and Dragon defense is still just getting ready. Okay, let's move. Let's get set here, and they hike the ball. And like you said, he got stuck behind his own guys, which saved the Dragon defense in that play.
3rd down and 6, and check that, 5 to go. So the Knights break their huddle, and they go to the full house backfield again. Twin receivers out to this side of the field. And a rollout. Blackhurst is going to set up, and no, he's going to take off. He's got room. He's got a 1st down, and Fiskus is chasing him and runs him out of bounds, but not before he gets it inside the 30-yard line. So that's a big gain for the Knights.
Yep, they drew her by the near side of the field, and then he just got back to the far side where there nobody was.
That was very smart running because I think he was going to try to maybe force a play to this side, and he just turned his head and noticed he had a big gap to run, and he took off with it. It was a nice job by Fiskus to kind of angle him out of bounds, or else that could have been even worse.
We talked about that at halftime. That's one thing the Dragon defense has to keep in mind, this kid's running ability, because he can improvise. And there should be a penalty, I think. Didn't they move early? This handoff goes up the middle, and they're going to get about 7 on that.
There was a guy that was shifting.
So it's going to be 2nd and 3 or 4. That's the other thing. If you can keep the other team's defense on the field a long time, they start to get pretty tired. And
I say Eggers limping off the field.
Also went on the tackle. Looked like.
Well, that's not good. So Corbett comes in. You can ill afford to lose Egger. He's had a really good night running the ball. And this time they're going to go with a Wildcat, and they'll get a 1st down out of that. And now Franklin's got the ball on the 15 of the Dragons, and it is not looking good for Warren at the moment.
We got a flag. We got to see what it is here. It's right at the end of the pile is in the area of a face mask, a 5-yard face
yep,
mask.
That doesn't help.
And that'll tack 5 yards onto that.
Down to the 15, but that'll add about another, 5 yards to the run. So it's
First and goal.
1st and goal at the 10.
Ball at the 10.
So this is where you find out what you're made of if you're Warren's defense. You got to suck it up and play well. Don't let them get anything easy on you. Twin receivers to this side, and they're going with that full house again. And Blackhurst hands it off, and there's a gain of about 2. And again, the left side of that Dragon defense is not yielding very much yardage. They are leading the charge. Stearns, but
what we need here is a good stiff defensive stop. Because they'll probably try for the field goal if they can't move the ball.
2nd and goal, the same formation again.
That's a false start.
Somebody moved that time. That'll push him back 5.
The face mask penalty.
Gives the Dragon defense a little more room.
So it will be 2nd down and goal, and they are spotting it at the 14.
Okay, ball at the 14, 2nd and goal.
And the Dragons their secondary has to be alert because he may try to throw over their heads here. I mean, it's a short field. And so Blackhurst rolls to the left, sets up, throws, and that pass was a little high. It was a crossing route. Charlie Blum was on defense and did a good job in coverage.
Quarterback lost his helmet. He needs to come out for a play.
Pass was intended for number 2, and that's Jaden Wilmoth.
He was putting his helmet on.
They're not going to make him come out?
Well, apparently the official didn't see it.
No, he's staying out there as they shuttle the play in. And plenty of time on the play clock left. Nobody's had a delay of game tonight. At least I don't recall anyone having it. Okay, Knights spread everybody out. It is a 3rd and goal from the 14-yard line.
Start.
And this is going to be a quarterback draw. I don't know if it was planned that way or he just improvised, but a good job by Blackhurst to pick up a few yards and get inside, well, just outside the 10.
Yeah, I think that the idea there was to center the ball for their kicker.
And Richie's got a really good leg, and he can make it from here. So
So the ball spotted at the
Fourth and goal, ball at the 11.
ball spotted at the 11, so it'll be about what 28
20.
yards.
yeah. Yep, about the 17, 18 yard line is where they're going to spot it. Oh, low snap, and he gets a kick up, and it might
Looks
be
good.
good. It is good. So the Knights get on the board here, and the kicker, number 18, is Connor Ritchie, and he just drilled that one.
Nice job by the holder to get the ball back up to where Richie could kick it.
Yep, 5:45 to go in the third period. The score, the Dragons 7, Franklin
Special thank
3.
you to our sponsors like Rary's Auto to bring you Warren Football. Need your car door unlocked, your vehicle hauled to your favorite garage, any roadside assistance, or wrecked your vehicle? Call Rary's 814-723-6489. We will get you going. Go Dragons! We'd like to thank our sponsors like A&B Heating to bring you Warren Football. A&B Heating, serving your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs since 1953.
Left my microphone way up high. We're back here in Franklin. The Dragons lead 7-3, and the Knights just scored on a drive, and Warren kind of helped them along a little bit there. But we still, I think, came out okay because we did not give up a touchdown. And I think that's got to make our defense feel a little bit better. And let's see what we can do offensively with this possession. 5:45 remaining in the third period. And Warren leads this one, and a kick will go out of the end. He's got a powerful leg.
Yeah. And we've said it in other broadcasts, teams have a kicker. A kicker in high school football especially is a weapon.
Yeah.
Because the Dragons, they don't have, they can't put it through the, especially with the touchback in high school still going out to the 20, only to the 20-yard line. I mean, Warren's giving up, you compare these two teams, it's about a 15-yard difference. I mean, Franklin, when Warren kicks off, the other team's usually starting at 30, 35. Warren's starting at the 20 tonight.
Yes.
Well, we saw the kid from Fort LaBeouf tonight kick a 45-yard field goal.
Yeah, a kicker is really valuable, and you don't see a lot of real good ones in high school. And so if you have one, that's a big advantage. Power I formation, handoff to the up back Zinger, and Zinger's going to get about 1.5 yards.
Fairview had a really good kicker.
Yeah, they did.
Chingoni or something like that, and he was very good.
Yeah, once in a while you find somebody that can really kick the ball. And, you know, what better job going to university on a scholarship than to be the kicker. Only problem is when you have to win a ball game for them and you miss it, that's not good. A lot of pressure on those guys sometimes. Power I formation, second down, about 8 to go. And Franklin showing blitz, here they come. Handoff, and it is Corbett sneaking through there, getting about 3 yards he never should have had.
Nope, he was dead right behind the line.
There's a, we got a penalty marker too, again, and it comes in the area of a face mask.
Well, that might tack on some more if
We
it's...
will see.
Iroquois has taken a 20-0 lead over, or excuse me,
no.
holding against Warren.
Unless it's a face mask.
That'll push them back, I believe, from spot.
Eisenhower has taken a 20-0 lead over Iroquois.
That's a hold.
That does not help.
17-yard line, it'll be a 5-yard loss, but it'll be...
So now they put it on the 17.
Still second down.
We need to get to the 30 to get a first. And the Dragons break their huddle. Orth is going to come to the near side, Clemente to the far side. And it's a power I again. And the handoff is going to go to Corbett. Corbett sneaking out of there. Boy, he has really impressed me the last 2 carries because I thought he was dead to rights back there, and he made something out of that. So he picked up about 6 yards.
A big third down here. This is one the Dragons would really like to convert. I mean, just in the sense of they can take some more time off the clock.
What do you think, a screen pass here maybe, or?
I think you got to keep it on the ground.
Yeah.
Anything,
Keep the clock running.
anything that comes through the air is going to have to be something can be run.
Well, they're creeping up.
They're going to throw it. They look for a shot downfield.
And Kaiser lets it go. He's got Blum, and it's complete. It's a first down, and Blum is taken down at the 42. Let's see if he stepped out before that. But that was a nice ball, and he kind of settled right into that empty area in the zone.
Yep, he found the pocket he wanted to be in. Found Blum he wanted to throw to. Yep, he did.
Yeah,
good play.
That's a really nice play, especially from a freshman quarterback, because he picked up the pressure immediately, and he knew he needed to get rid of it. A good job before just kind of trying to force the ball. Looking back over to his left one more time, and Blum just kind of snuck out there into the flat wide open and was able to run and get a first down.
Yep, and another thing it does is it keeps this defense honest, because if we can complete a pass every now and then, and there up the middle is a beautiful run, and I believe that is Zinger, and he's got a first down in Knight territory, and that did exactly that. It spread the defense enough that he could just exploit the middle and get through the first wave and pick up 10, 11 yards.
And Zinger's picking up right where Egger left off. He's a punishing back who's just going to drive it right down your throat.
So this is a really good sequence here for the Dragons right now. We have 3:20 to go in the third period, and Warren did give up that field goal, but now they're moving the football.
Which shows their mentality right now. Hey, we're not going to take this line down. We're going to come back and score.
All right, I formation, and they pitch back. And Corbett's going to elude a
Great
tackler.
one.
He breaks it outside 30, 25, 20.
Got it.
And he will score. Touchdown, Dragons.
A 48-yard scamper.
Aiden Corbett all the way to the end zone. I didn't know he was going to get there, but as soon as he broke it, then he just turned the jets on, and he outran everybody to the corner.
Yep, he put it in that other gear. And I got to talk to John, see how many yards Corbett has right now, because that was one of my other predictions. Oh, he's only got 76. Okay.
They both have like that
right.
much, right?
My prediction at the first game of the year was he's going to go for over 100. So
he might.
With a run like that, he got into open space and he just turned it on.
Bleach will hold for Blum. Point after touchdown is good. And we have 2 minutes and 54 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The score, the Dragons 14, the Knights 3.
Game on. And the weekly specials are on too at Warren Surefine, the area's only locally owned supermarket where you find the low prices you want and the friendly service you love come together. For all of your game day needs and your family grocery shopping needs too, come on over to Warren Surefine, where low prices and local friendly service are both winners. Warren Surefine, your hometown supermarket.
I'm Brady Sheen, quarterback for the Dragons football team. Now more gridiron action on 92 Gold WRRN.
Okay, Brady Sheen, we hope you are fine and recovering. Brady was injured earlier in the ball game, but Kaiser has done a good job in his stead, and he's thrown some nice balls, and we've got 2 touchdowns on the board.
What an answer for Warren. Franklin had seized the momentum there. And nice job by the Dragon defense to bend and not break, only allowing the field goal. But then that's a big answer and gives them a little more breathing room in this game, making it a 2-possession game.
And it's got to give them a lot of confidence now.
Yep, like I said, that's one thing that coaches are trying to instill in this team is believe in yourself.
Yep.
And then everybody else will believe in you.
Yeah, because they can play with this team for sure. Blum's kick is going to be fielded at the 6-yard line. And I believe it's Wilmoth on the return, and the Dragons aren't going to let him out. Oh, maybe they do. He broke a tackle, and now he's down the sideline.
It's a block in the back.
And they finally, he's going to still go. What a run by Wilmoth. And they finally get him down at the 38-yard line of the Dragons. I mean, he probably ran 180 yards to get 70 on the return.
I think there's a hold, potentially a block in the back.
Some kind of laundry on the field down here.
Yeah, it's at the 22-yard line, and that usually would be an area where somebody was either pushing in the back.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block.
Blindside hit, I think, against Franklin.
Okay, so that's what some of those illegal blocks in the back and illegal blindside block is. It just kind of depends on how you come into it. The blindside block hurts Franklin more because that's a 15-yard penalty. Well, it depends on where they're marking it from.
We've got to wrap up when we tackle.
Yeah.
That was that we just dodged another one right there. That was a great effort on the part of Wilmot, but our kick coverage, you gotta, when you make contact, you get those arms around, you hold on.
Be a 15-yard penalty. It'll push the Knights back to the 17-yard line, where it'll be first and 10.
Okay, so now the Dragon defense has to dig in again and put the clamps on them.
Yeah, and they're going to have to be very aware of where Mr. Blackhurst roams, because they don't want to let him out, and because he'll eat up big chunks of yardage with his scrambling. And we're up 11 right now, but you know that can evaporate quickly in a game like this. So Dragon defense is going to have to be really alert and don't let anything get behind them, and make sure that they contain that quarterback. And this time they hand on a reverse, and nice job, Clemente in the backfield to make the tackle.
Yeah, he was waiting for that.
Yep.
And there's
you can't do that.
Can't celebrate like that.
That was number 52. That
Rodriguez on the run, and it's
they're going to call this on Sebastian Oyola.
So that will be from, it's a dead ball penalty. That'll be from the end of the run.
And again, you let your emotions take over on you. You got to keep your head in this game.
Yeah. Oyola, he's the one that made the stop. My error.
Well, you know what it is they see the college and the pros doing this.
That's
and
exactly
they
the
can
thing.
Do it also.
They see it on Saturday and Sunday, but you cannot do it here. Yeah, you can get up a little fist pump, get excited. You can't do the TJ Watt celebration as you're walking
that
away.
Was a little overboard. So the Dragons hurt themselves with that penalty. Automatic first down out of that. And it's at the 30, and they pitch back, and Mintzer's got it, and he's going to go left. And the Dragons do string that out.
Throw 'em to the
okay,
ground.
Stop, fellas. They were...
somebody's got to settle these guys down.
Yeah. A whole bunch of... Fiscus was in on that play, and Bleach.
And that's one of the things that can happen, too, when you haven't been in this position for a long time. You start to get pretty excited.
Yep.
You got to keep your emotions in control. This is only an 11-point game. And a 15-yard penalty, like they already gave one up in the first half, didn't end up hurting them. But they went from a 2nd and 14 to a 15-yard penalty that gave them a fresh set of downs. So that they need to calm it down a little bit.
Yeah. Channel your energy into hitting people hard. Don't do silly things that are going to get you flagged. All right, it is a 2nd down and 7. Franklin with the ball, and they're going to go up the middle with that. And Mintzer is corralled. He was about ready to break that outside, but a good job. Again, left side of that Dragon defensive wall, and Orth was the guy that hit him initially down around the lower leg area and kind of held him up for the rest of the guys to come in. 3rd down. About 5 yards to go. They need to get just to the 40 here.
Stand corrected, it's 34-yard line on the 3rd.
And this is going to be the end of the quarter. They're not going to get a playoff.
Nope.
And so that's it. 3 in the books. The Warren Dragons lead the Franklin Knights by a score of 14-3.
We'll keep it here.
We'll keep it right here.
Yep.
So I'll tell you what. You said it, Nick. You need, and John said it too, you need those bounces, the breaks to go your way a little bit, and we're having that happen tonight because we've had a few different situations where had it not been a certain way, we would have really been up against it.
Yeah, there's one moment early, and it was a costly error by Franklin. They had that, it was, I believe, a bad snap or a bad pitch that forced them pretty much out of range to be able to successfully convert a 4th down. And they had momentum on that drive. And ever since then, it's been the Dragons have had a majority of the momentum. And, I mean, when you go back to, they struggled on their opening possession of the 3rd quarter. defense gave up some plays, but they eventually held it down, got the field goal. But then getting that answer back,
Yeah.
getting that touchdown to give themselves a little more room.
That's
and,
huge.
And getting them 12 minutes away from breaking the streak.
Right. So let's take a look at some scores coming up. Let's see. Greenville over Cambridge Springs, 28-7. Eisenhower has a 27-0 lead over Iroquois. Hickory 49-0 over Conneaut. Grove City 27-14 over Titusville. Fort LaBeouf 31-13 over Corey. Girard is losing to Fairview 19-18. We will see Girard in a couple weeks.
All right, pass intended for the short receiver, and he's got it. And racing down the sidelines and knocked out of bounds at the 40-yard line is Rodriguez, and this is going to be a first down for the Knights. And they ran the pattern perfectly. He just went underneath the two, areas of coverage and found himself an open spot.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good pass by Blackhurst. He just stayed in the pocket and saw where he wanted. Warren almost got a hand on it, but the receiver got two hands on it and hauled it in for some yardage.
So the Knights get a fresh set of downs off that first play of the fourth quarter. And in case you just joined us, the Dragons are leading Franklin 14-3 here. Warren's offense has run the ball exceptionally well. Their blocking's been stellar. And now the Knights trying to play catch up here. And pitch out is going to be to Mincer. Mincer is able to cut back inside, and
ball came out.
Brought down, and the ball did come out, but I think Franklin got it back.
Yeah, by the well, you could give the Warren bench indication of that was easy, but he was right there. It dropped right at his feet.
I think it was a fumble on the far side of the field.
So it's going to remain Franklin's ball, and they'll place it right on the 35-yard line of the Dragons.
Actually, I think the fumble gave him an extra yard, too.
You can tell the Dragons are now starting to get their wrap-up tackling back, as you were talking about, TJ, wrapping up, gang tackle. But like you said, you got to control the emotions.
Yeah, you got to use good tackling for them. If you just think somebody's going down with a shoulder hit, think again. You got to learn how to tackle properly, and they're starting to do better at that. All right, this time they're going to give to Mincer. Mincer has an opening. He's got the first down, and he took a few Dragons with him on that one. They ran right that time, and I'm a little surprised they didn't run right more often tonight, because it seems like every time they'd go left, we'd shut it down.
Brought down by several of the Dragons.
So it is
Ball at the
first and 10.
7-yard line.
The ball's on the 27.
First down, 10 for the Knights.
Blackhurst brings his team out, and they'll go with a full house backfield again. Twin receivers out to the left side. And they give to Mincer off tackle, and again, he runs to the left and gets about 3. Shutting that down, I believe that was Aiden Egerin on the tackle, or was it Bleach? I saw the 2 there. So if Eger's back in the ballgame, that's a good thing.
Second and 8, ball at 25.
Second down, and they're on the left hash right now. And they're going to play action. And Blackhurst's ball is thrown high, and it's almost caught. He floated that when he was running for his life. Good pressure by the Dragons, and he tried to throw it in the neighborhood of Mincer, I think, and it was incomplete.
Yeah, he did a nice job of extending that play and at least giving his receiver a shot to make a catch.
Julian Johnson was the intended receiver, and he had to dive for it, but was unable to hold on. So it is third down. They need 8 yards here. And again, the Dragon defense, which has played well tonight, is put to the test. And Blackhurst rolls out, throws it, and
that's
it's going to be an interference, but that would have been a touchdown. Clemente had gotten beat deep, and he was chasing, and he
Yeah,
I don't know
never-
if you want to
never
say
turned
face
around.
guarded or anything, but he did interfere with him.
He just never turned around.
Yeah, you can face guard, but there was also some contact there. And if you're not going to turn around, you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt. But you wanted in that play. The pass interference, at least for now, saved the touchdown.
Yeah, I think they would have scored for sure because for Clemente, he had frozen him, and by the time he had recovered, it was too late. And so the only thing he could do was push him.
And it's not a full 15-yard penalty either because it's half the distance from inside the 30.
So to give him a first down, and the ball is going to be at the 13-yard line of the Dragons. And so they go with the full house and hand off on a counter play, and they're going to get a couple of yards and nothing more than that. Mincer was the ball carrier. He's toted the mail a lot for them tonight.
And got an injured Knight.
So we've got somebody who's shaken up on the play. We have 9:32 remaining in the fourth period. The score, the Warren Dragons 14, the Franklin Knights 3.
This game is being live streamed on 92 Gold's Facebook page, courtesy of the Rouse Estate, Warren County's leader in caring for generations, specializing in skilled nursing and rehabilitation, personal care, home-based services, and children's daycare. Contact us today at 814-563-7565 or online at www.rouse.org. We want to thank our sponsors like Superior Tire and Rubber to help bring you Warren football. Superior Tire and Rubber is hiring at almost all manufacturing positions and skill levels, offering the best benefits for employment in the area with starting wages far above other employers. Open interviews held every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or visit www.superiortire.com/careers. Start your new career with Superior Tire today. A special thank you to our sponsors like Mattress & More to bring you Warren football. Stop in for truckload savings on our biggest selection of mattresses and recliners ever. Mattress & More, where every season is recliner season. Located in Warren, PA.
I'm Hayden Lilly, left tackle for the Dragon football team. Heroes play all season long right here at 92 Gold, WRRN.
All right, thank you, Hayden Lilly. Welcome back to Dragon football. Warren leads at 14-3. We have 9:32 left in the fourth period, and the Knights are threatening. The ball is on the Warren 12-yard line, and we're looking at second down and 10. And they need to get to, well, just a little past the 3.
So yeah, they still can get a first down here.
All right, they wind the clock, and here we go. Blackhurst gets a snap, rolls to right, looks downfield, and he's being chased by a bunch of white shirts, throws it out of bounds, incomplete.
Why? Oh, that's a smart play there, you know. Roll out, extend it as long as you can, and nice. See if any one of your receivers can pop over him, but the Dragon defenders did a nice job there of staying close, forcing a third down.
I like this kid as a quarterback. He's smart. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He's able to, and he uses his noggin when he needs to, and that was a prime example of that.
Yeah, and he also knows when to tuck it and run. And he's got speed.
Yep. Yeah, he's all that. He's a good quarterback. All right, they line up. It is a third down and 9.
Third down, 9.
Blackhurst is waiting for the snap, gets the ball, rolls left this time, sets up, throws, and it's incomplete. I'm not sure if he and the receiver had a miscommunication there, because I think the receiver was supposed to cut back in. He threw it out.
So it looks like they're going to try a field goal here, which they can do. If he makes it, that would make it a one-score game again.
So coming up at the end of the game, we'll have a player of the game brought to you by Mattress & More. And we'll also have a play of the game brought to you by Warren Surefind. So be thinking of those. I think our player of the game for Warren has changed by 2 or 3 or 4 different nominees.
Well, they're going to attempt a field goal here on fourth down, and this one is drilled right through. And so now they draw to a one-score game with 9 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the fourth. The score is the Dragons 14 and the Franklin Knights 6.
A special thank you to our sponsors like Rary's Auto to bring you Warren football. Need your car door unlocked, your vehicle hauled to your favorite garage, any roadside assistance, or wrecked your vehicle? Call Rary's 814-723-6489. We will get you going. Go Dragons! We'd like to thank our sponsors like A&B Heating to bring you Warren Football. A&B Heating, serving your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs since 1953.
I wonder we should take a poll on the radio. How many people out there like to eat raisins as a snack?
Raisins are good.
None of the
just
people I work
not with chocolate.
Two of the best tasting things, raisins and chocolate, right?
Not together though.
With chunky candy bar.
Yeah, no. No.
All right.
General McLean leads Oil City 21-7.
I can't convince my cohorts of the
No.
joys of raisins.
Oh, joy of the raisins, but not with chocolate.
Well, they're two great tasting snacks.
No, that's peanut butter and chocolate.
Okay. Nice to kick it off. Dragons lead it by 8. And this is a high kick, and Clemente is going to field it. It took a weird bounce, and he's going to be tackled at the 15-yard line. And I guess if you're Tommaso, you got to field that ball because it went the other direction, and he was not expecting it to go.
He was waiting for the bounce to go in the end zone.
Yeah.
And when it came back at him, you got to pick up and run.
Because that's a free ball. You can't just stand there and let it die.
And that ball kicking out ended up costing the Dragons about 4 yards here, too, because they'll be starting at 16. Big goal here on this drive is to just chew clock.
Yep.
Points would obviously be great, but get 2 first downs would be great here and keep the clock moving.
Well, we'll see how the Dragons fare. This is a 1st and 10, and their offense has had a bit of a rest as Franklin used a lot of time when they had the football. So I formation now, and Kaiser is under center. Hands the ball off to the deep back. I believe that's Corbett, and he is going.
He's got some yardage.
Corbett out to the 40-yard line, or near it anyway. Egger, excuse me. It's Egger back in the lineup. They're about the same size, and they run the same way.
Yeah.
And it's hard sometimes to tell, but that was a nice run.
That could bring him close to 100. Oh.
A timeout, Franklin.
So the Knights are going to take a timeout and talk things over here, but Egger has been a real gem tonight. I thought when he left the game, that he was injured and wasn't going to come back. Well, that's not true. He's back out there, and he's playing very well.
And the way that the Dragons kind of disperse the ball among their running backs is nice, because you got Corbett a little bigger, but those smaller backs, they serve a purpose. He just snuck right through there.
Oh, my. And the acceleration he showed.
He is sitting at 98 yards rushing.
Okay.
2 more, and he'll I might have picked the wrong running back, but I'm still sticking with Corbett. He's going to break over 100 for a game. But I never dreamed of Egger going over 100 either.
Well, I think either of these guys would be happy to trade every yard they gain tonight for a W.
It's like it's a 200 dragon, and remember last year we ran the 3-headed dragon, and Zinger in there, he's starting to, he looked good when Egger went out, so we could have that 3-headed dragon back.
Well, he's done some nice things tonight and has contributed. They've all done a good job. The running game for the Dragons is looking good. It has looked good all game long, and it even looked good at the beginning of the game last week.
Yep. We got to remind you, our next broadcast here on the air will be from the old ball yard at War Memorial Field. Thursday night, September 11th, as Dragons take on the 5-time state champion Cathedral Prep Ramblers. If you're listening on air, 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff.
All right, Dragons, 1st and 10, power I formation. And this time they're going to go student body left, and Egger's going to be dumped for a loss. And that was a really nice job on the play by number 44. That's Luke Marsteller, who came out from his linebacker position and read that perfectly.
Yep. Now he needs a few more yards to get 100.
Now,
That play just didn't develop right because the pitch you could almost read where it was going. I think the quick handoffs is what gets these guys out in space.
Too much east-west stuff and not
Yeah.
enough north-south.
Yeah.
And the Dragons will go power I here. Ball is on the left hash.
I would say they should be taking this play clock down like they are.
Or-
Although they don't. I think they're a little confused.
They have Clemente out wide right, and flags fly. And Kaiser is going to get tackled. No, he breaks out of it, and he's still on his feet. Finally, they drag him down for no gain.
Brings down Kaiser on the far side of the field, but we have a flag down here on the near side.
Let's check on the penalty.
And I'd say it was thrown at the snap, so it's against Warren. I'm assuming probably formation.
I'm going to get the signal right now.
Illegal formation.
That's their third one tonight.
Legal formation.
I'm sure they're going to work on that in practice this week.
Penalty is declined.
Yeah, I was just saying. I think that's a penalty. I think you decline there because it's still
down.
Yeah, it's third down, and he maybe even lost about half a yard on the play. So
3rd and 13, it says on the scoreboard.
Put it at the 35. It'll be 30
And so the Dragons, they've come up with big plays when they've needed them. A couple of passes when Blum was over the middle, and that had gotten key first downs during drives earlier in the game. Let's see what they do tonight with this one.
Third down.
As this is a big play. They're only ahead by 8 points right now.
I would say the clock runs. They need to just run this play clock down to about under 5 seconds.
Kaiser is doing exactly that. He's waiting to get under center, and he does that with 10 seconds remaining. And they're going to pitch. And Egger's going to go to the right, and he breaks the tackle. Egger down the sideline. He may have a first down unless he stepped out.
He stepped out
They're moving it.
right at the line to gain.
And moved the chains, so first and 10 Dragons.
That's what you need right there. Keep the clock.
What a run.
He stepped out, but yeah, good. That should put him over 100, right, John? Yeah.
Aiden Egger, 100 yards plus.
That's again that's where you usually talk about wanting to be big. I think that's where him being a little smaller than the other backs, he's just able to use that speed and just kind of snuck through there when he was dead to rights.
Yeah, he was. That was a heck of a play and an effort by Egger, and he's whatever he went out of the game with, it's not bothering him now. Power I. Egger again gets the ball. This time the turf monster got him. He just tripped and fell before any contact was made.
And he is tackled.
That night there at midfield likes it when he makes a tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got credit for that.
Lost 2, 2nd and 12.
Well, we had guys that, they happened to be the closest to the ball carrier. They got a tackle, credit for a tackle. It does happen.
Just like in hockey, as long as on an own goal, as long as you're the closest one there, you get credit for a goal.
How about that?
The easiest goal to score in your life.
2nd down and 12. Dragons in the power I. And the Knights creeping up in a look, and everybody in the box, and it's a good thing they did that because they were able to make the tackle immediately. That's a gain of maybe a yard by Egger. And, he got a yard, and that's it.
So
3rd and 10, ball at the 47.
Back to the initial line of scrimmage here. I don't think you'd really try anything in the air. The clock moving is the most important thing here. Under 6 minutes now.
You just gotta get over the 50.
Yeah, I think just even getting about 3 or 4 yards here is.
Think they doing a quick kick here?
No, not here. No, you're trying to. I mean, they've gotten a couple first downs you wouldn't think they'd get. They're going to try to get another one.
Well, they're going to pitch it and go student body right, and Egger's got the ball, and he gets about 6.
Gets it up over the 50.
And he got it into Knight territory, so ball's at the 49-yard line. So now they're looking at a 4th down and about 6 yards to go.
So that was big, getting it over the 50. And they're able to take this clock under 5 minutes. If there's any time for a big punt from Blum, this is the time for it. Also need to get those gunners downfield as well.
Charlie's out there. The play clock is down to 5,
I
they're
think,
gonna take
I think they're going to
the
take
penalty.
I think they're going to take a delay of game.
Yeah, they'll take the penalty and punt it anyway.
And
So
Warren
actually, that wasn't bad. They ate a lot of the clock up, and it's 4:47 left in the fourth period. The Dragons are leading 14-6. They were ahead 14-11, and the Knights just kicked the field goal on their last possession. And Warren trying to keep the ball and that clock go. Give up the football. I don't think a fake is in the offing here. All right, Blum is in punt formation. Long count, low snap, but he gets it, and this one is going to be end over end, and it goes out of bounds. That was not a long punt at all. It's going to put the ball to 35, I think.
And they're going to walk it up to the 38.
38-yard
So the Knights have good field position.
And 4 minutes and 40 seconds. So they have plenty of time.
ball at the Warren 38.
Let's see if this Dragon defense can be stout and force them into, well, it's going to be a 4 and out.
Yeah, they're going to, unless it's a very quick 3 and out and they can think they're going to put faith in their defense. But the good news for the Dragons is they cannot lose the game on this drive.
That's true. Well, we don't even want to get close to a tie here. So Knights are going to pitch and they're going to run right. Mincer and back inside. Nice move, and he's at midfield. So a nice run there by Mincer, and Noah Bleach made the tackle, but that's enough to move the chains. It's a first down for Franklin.
Did keep him in bounds, so
They won't start that clock until the chains are set.
it's going now. So they want to go quick. And to note there too, even coming out of the change of possession, the Dragon defense was not set on that last play.
They were not.
No, so that helped Franklin's case.
Here's Mincer, and he is met by a whole bunch of people. Raphael is in there, as and Bleach as well. And so that's the kind of thing you want if you're Warren. It keeps the ball in play. They don't get many yards, and the clock continues to run. We are now at the 4-minute mark.
I say every second for Warren is going to get even longer and longer.
Well, you can't focus on that. You got to pay
they have
attention
to.
stop
No,
it.
they have said they have to get a stop here. Franklin has plenty of time to go down and score.
Yeah, we just got to play good defense and play smart defense, and don't let anybody behind you. And they're going to throw. Blackhurst looks. He's going to try to run out of the pocket. He does, and he's still going, and forcing him back inside. A couple of the DBs on the other side of the field, and so Warren's able to contain him and hold him to about a 6-yard pickup.
I was going to say that I think he kind of helped the Warren because it looked like if he could have got that out to the edge, he could have had some room to run. He decided to cut up field right back into the Dragon defense.
As one of the great philosophers of all time, Willy Wonka said, "Oh, the suspense is terrible. I hope it lasts."
So Willy Wonka's chocolate bars, did he put raisins in them?
No.
All right, it is 3rd down and 5. This is a big play for the Dragons, so it's going to be the next one as they'll go on 4th down, I'm sure. And Blackhurst lets the ball fly. He's got a receiver, and he's out of bounds at the 26-yard line of the Dragons. Boy, I thought for a second he was going to turn upfield and make it to the end zone.
And saying out of bounds.
Blum was on the coverage for the Dragons. We have 2:46 to go. It's 14-6, and Franklin is mounting a drive here. All right, the Knights break their huddle, and the Warren defense, again, you can't let anybody behind you and give up a cheap, easy score, and they're just going to run this one up the middle. A field goal does them no good.
No, they have to get it into the end zone. So.
And a ball carrier right there was Connor Johnson, number 8. And he got about 6 yards on that play. And so the Knights break their huddle and they go with their full house. And we've got whistles and
timeout Franklin.
All right, Knights take a timeout with 2:16 left in the 4th period. The Dragons lead the ball game 14-8.
Game on. And the weekly specials are on too at Warren Surefine, the area's only locally owned supermarket where you find the low prices you want and the friendly service you love come together. For all of your game day needs and your family grocery shopping needs too, come on over to Warren Surefine, where low prices and local friendly service are both winners. Warren Surefine, your hometown supermarket.
You're listening to Warren Football on 92 Gold.
And you are listening to Warren Football on 92 Gold. Exciting ball game tonight. The Dragons are leading the Franklin Knights 14-6. We have 2 minutes and 16 seconds left to go in the fourth period. Franklin driving, and they can tie the ball game should they get a touchdown and 2-point conversion. And let's see what they do here. It's a 2nd down and 5.
2nd and 5 for Franklin.
The ball rests just inside the 20.
That was a
and they go, yeah, somebody moved early, and that's just a basic fullback dive that gets a couple of yards, but it's not enough for a first down, and it does not stop the clock as it continues to run.
And that works for the Dragons. You know, only a yard keeps them in bounds. If Franklin's not in any hurry.
No.
They have something in their back pocket cooking. I think that's why they're not in a hurry.
Okay, they split 2 receivers out to the left side, and I believe Ryder Stevens is the one split farthest, and they hand the ball off, and Mintzer's going to be the ball carrier, and he's got to have quite a few yards tonight as well. He makes the first down.
1st and 10.
Okay, 121. No.
101.
101.
101
Okay.
down.
Sorry, I wasn't very good at reading sign language ever in my life.
Clock continues to run, though.
Yeah, he's got 101, and now they're going to split 2 receivers to the left side. And Blackhurst gets the ball. He dropped it, and he has to just scramble for whatever he can get, and the Dragons shut that down right away.
Yeah, that was just a bad snap. Yep. And Franklin's going to take their last time out.
Brings up 4th and 10 too.
1:10 left in the fourth period. The Dragons up by 8. You know, watch the run, watch the pass, watch everything. That's kind of what you have to do. You just have to be smart on defense. Don't let anyone get behind you in the end zone, and keep everything in front of you. That's what basic football.
Pretty much anything here is your last line of defense here. You just keep them out of the end zone. That is, but they also want to keep them short of that lead stick because they'll have 2nd and 11. They have to get it down to the 3. So.
Yeah, 3. We don't want a 1st and goal, but
no.
You don't want a touchdown.
But you don't want to go up a touchdown.
And they're out of timeout, so they're going to have to. Now it's kind of a hurry-up thing for them to do.
And the other thing too is if you're Warren, you see something you don't like, take a timeout. You have all 3 of them.
Yep.
They aren't. And I don't think even if Franklin does tie this game, I don't think Warren is necessarily in a position to try to go win this in regulation. So you're using your timeouts now. If you see something you don't like, you got defense isn't set, take the timeout. Doesn't hurt.
Here we go. I don't think they'll try any gadget plays like reverses or anything here. They just want to get in the end zone, and he'll roll left. Blackhurst holds the ball, and he's going to scramble and cuts back against the grain. And a nice job by the Dragons to knock him down just inside the 15-yard line.
3rd down.
And that takes it under a minute. Not a lot of hustle from Franklin here.
Fiskus was in on the stop for Warren.
Yeah, they seem to be in no hurry.
3rd down and 10.
3rd and 10. Big play here. 42 seconds. The clock is moving.
So you think they would want to go a little faster because they can get the first down.
Well, Blackhurst is in the pistol. Gets it. He'll roll again to his left. He's looking in the end zone. And he's flushed out of the pocket. Oh, boy, I hope they didn't hit him late.
No, they didn't. No, they let him go.
He got to the sideline, and we had bad things happen the last time that occurred.
Brings up 4th down.
I would say this, right?
4th down and 11.
If I'm Warren, I see what Franklin comes out in, and I take a timeout.
Yep.
Yeah. You want to
And-
see what they're looking with.
And then if they come out again and you don't like what you see, take another one. You can still take. High school is the only level where you can take all 3 of your timeouts at once if you want. I see
Okay.
Cricky going down the sideline. And a timeout.
There you go.
Good call, Cricky.
Nice move.
Good call.
Yep, you can analyze this and see what they're going to do. So that was a very good thing to do. And 26 seconds left on the clock in the fourth quarter here. And the Dragons trying to hold on to an 8-point lead. And the Knights trying to come back and tie this ball game. This has been, from an entertainment standpoint, you can't beat this.
No.
I mean, it's not a lot of scoring, but you don't need a lot of scoring. This is definitely an intriguing ball game, and I'm sure everybody who's here has been riveted on the action. And Warren with a nice contingent down here. If you look across the field, there are a lot of people in the Warren stands when you consider this is a 60-mile-plus trip.
So the timeout's over.
All right, we'll see what the Knights come up with here. The Dragons have their instructions.
I was saying, and to remember, Franklin still can get the first down.
They can get a first down without scoring. You are correct. All right, let's see. Franklin repositioning players in the formation here.
You should see us in the booth here. We're all antsy.
And the quarterback, Blackhurst, is waiting for the snap, and he's going to roll right this time. Looks in the end zone, throws.
Incomplete.
Incomplete. The Dragons get the football. Victory formation. 21 seconds left, and Franklin cannot stop the clock.
And they doused Cricky with water. Or Gatorade.
Something wet.
Or something wet.
As they take over on bounce.
Wow, what a thrill.
Yeah.
Warren Dragons come up with a victory in, 26?
26
games?
26,
straight.
The string has been broken, and the Dragons can celebrate.
It's going to be a fun bus ride home.
Yeah, you betcha. What a ball game.
We're going to have a good talk this week at with Coach's Corner. I don't think Cricky will be there, so it'll probably be me and Jody Blum again. We'll talk about this. So we got to be thinking about our player of the game and our play of the game and a bunch of stuff coming up, to some business we got to take care of here at the end of this game, but we got to celebrate first.
Kaiser takes a knee.
Well,
And that will
I got
end the
two
game.
choices here for player of the game in my head.
I've got 2, yeah.
And we're counting down here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the streak is over.
And the Dragons come up a winner.
Celebrate.
14-6.
Celebrate Warren. Your Warren Dragons have won a ball game, and they are ecstatic.
Well, thank everybody for coming out here.
What a game.
Yeah.
This was a treat to watch.
I think us in the broadcast booth have aged 15 years at least just by standing here watching this. It was an amazing game.
Yeah, well, and you came up here to hand out or anything like that.
Thank goodness. You hand out ribs at Halloween, don't you?
What do you mean?
Okay, let's get some business taken care of. It's time now for the player of the game, brought to you by Mattress & More. Stop in for truckload savings on our biggest selection of mattresses and recliners ever. Mattress & More, where every season is recliner season, located in Warren. All right, today's player of the game, Warren. Nominees are TJ.
Aiden Nager.
Never.
John says Aiden Nager. I say Aiden Nager. So guess what? Aiden Nager is a Mattress & More player of the game. And our who's our player of the game for Franklin?
I would say
gonna
the
go,
quarterback.
You're going Blackhurst? I'm going Mincer.
Mincer, that's good too.
Yep. All right. So our play of the game is being brought to you by Warren Surefine, your hometown market. Warren's only locally owned and operated grocery store. My nominee is the touchdown run by Corbett.
That's what I was thinking as
Yep,
well.
I'll say so too.
All right then. There we have it.
Unanimous. Wow, this was a treat to watch though. It's good to see these kids get a W.
Yeah, they're ecstatic. This is awesome. It's a long time coming.
Yeah,
Long
speaking
time
of
coming.
static, how about statistics?
Well, Parker Kaiser, 1 for 4 for 17 yards. Brady Sheen, since he got the start, technically gets the win. 2 for 5 for 9 yards. Hopefully everything's going okay wherever he's at. getting the attention he needs. On to the rushing stats. Aiden Corbett, 9 for 79, and the touchdown, the long scamper to put him in there. And then we had Aiden Egger, 16 carries, 106 yards, and a touchdown. Those are the 2 lone touchdowns tonight for the Warren Dragons. This defense held Franklin to none, even though Caden Mincer went for 27 carries and 101 yards. Frederick Blackhurst, 3 for 14 for 58 yards, including the incompletion at the end that led the Warren Dragons to victory.
Yeah, thank you. I was going to say, the defense I put right up there just underneath Egger for player of the game because they came up when they had to.
Yes, they did, but I also think Aiden Egger
kept the defense fresh.
Yeah, he was on the defense, and man, this is exactly what this program needed. I mean, I'm sure for all 3 of you, you've suffered through a lot of those games, and I'm sure it means everything to you guys to finally get a win. And
wonderful.
This is awesome, and it's gonna be, as Dave was alluding to, it's a long bus ride, but it's gonna be fun. They're gonna have music bumping. I'm sure they're gonna have coaches yelling at them to stop having flashlights on or camera phones on and the music bumping too loud, whatever it may be.
Right.
They get to go into the weekend winners, and you couldn't ask for much better. In this offense for Warren, 44 plays, 255 total yards. Average almost halfway to the first down marker every play. I mean, nearly had turnovers cost him. And Cricky got it done. His first win as a District 10 coach, his 3rd overall, and his first as a Warren Dragon. You can give the game ball to a lot of people. Aiden Egger definitely deserves it, but I think if you're going to give it to anybody, I know Cricky won't, because I can just tell that guy he won't accept it, but give it to him. He's built this program in a couple weeks faster than most people ever have. I mean,
establishing a new culture and
Yep.
a whole new way of looking at things.
Yeah, and I think he'll do very well in the next couple of years. He's got the talent. He's got the speedsters on the outside. He's got the line. It's just got to come together, and it finally came together in one. Now they just got to roll it. And dare I speak in these types of tongues, but there was a great saying that I said where it's all well and good to win one. It's better when you win 2.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But
well, and they get a short rest because Prep comes to town Thursday, and we're going to be on the air 6:45, kickoff 7 o'clock from the Ball Yard at Memorial Field and the Jim Gibson press box.
Yeah, I'll enjoy this win for the Warren Dragons, but I'm black and orange next week. I regret to inform you guys. Shout out Robbie Brown, Matthias Armstrong,
well, we'll bring tomatoes
Jameson
to
Hurdle.
throw at you.
Yeah, you can keep going on and on. Those are my boys. But I would enjoy this one. I'll tell you that much. This is cool. This is a great way for 92 Gold. And I got nothing else to say. Tim, TJ, this is your win. This is your guys' 3 wins. I feel kind of wrong talking here.
Oh no, we're glad to have you.
So this is your guys' 3 wins. Congratulations. What a game for the Dragons.
Okay, John, thank you. So we'll wrap it up here. The Dragons get their first win of the season, and they break a long losing streak as they beat the Franklin Knights 14-8. So for Dave Engstrom, John Robbins, Nick Hoffman, this is Tim Giuliano from Franklin saying so long.